Thanks for that, Ian, back at the studio. Yes, today we have the first of the finals being played here. And at this stage for our YouTube viewers, we have Victor Harbor in the blue and white Guernseys are going to be kicking to the right of screen. That means for our radio listeners, that is heading back towards Wollonga. And of course the other team here is Myponga Sellicks in green and gold. They will go up towards the hills, back towards Adelaide. So they'll go to the left of screen for the YouTube viewers. Welcome Ian, welcome back to you, and good to have you on board. So what are your expectations for this one? Who's your favourites?
Well, these are probably two of the two informed teams of the competition over the last 5 or 6 weeks of the season. So I think it's very, very hard to pick a winner in this one. Probably if you're looking, maybe Myponga just, if you're trying to pick a winner, but Victor Harbor, they played down here at McLaren Oval about 4 weeks ago and give McLaren a touch-up. So they like playing down here at the Oval. So they've got to be a good chance as well. I think it's a dead set split down the middle. So I think you could go... You'd need to toss a coin for this one.
Yeah, I'll probably agree with you. Like I said, Victor Harbor touched up Myponga Sellicks very badly in the last minor meeting, and that was at their home ground. But yes, it's certainly going to be a good one, and if there's any indications of what has happened beforehand is the other games have gone along. The junior colts here early this morning was a magnificent game. Went right down to the last kick of the day, which they failed to kick a goal which would have won them the game. So that was a beauty. Senior colts went away sort of more or less in Counter Bay got it. And of course the reserves are just finished and that tightened up too. So the siren sounded here and we're underway for the final. Up they go, turns around, come out into it. Turned around, Victor Harbor try to get the ball out. Myponga Sellicks breaks it all out, goes off quickly. Handball's out wide over to there, goes into Lang, goes off into it. Up in their forward lines, kicked up beautifully out there by Jake Spinks, and he has made it. And
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sale options, and they also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu. They're in your field.
In the middle of the oval again, and the umpire comes in, throws the ball up. No one really wins the toss down, the tap down there on the grounds. McKinnon for Victor, another Victor player, well tackled. Players jumping on the ball here. No one can get a clear possession out, bobbling around inside there. Picked up by Proud from Myponga. He goes down to forward looking for Spinks. He can't mark, comes out there, declining for Victor. He can't get the ball, and then now it bobbles back here and a quick kick out from a Victor player. Cross goal here, and Sampson in prime position, and he takes a contested mark. Handball's off to Proud. Proud back to Sampson. He'll run around. Troy could have gone with the left, but he goes with the check side on the right. And we got a free kick against Butcher there for a push. And Victor player here will take a kick in. Comes down wide looking for Elms. Ball goes over his head, but picked up here by Kane Spinks for Myponga. He goes across here, and coming there for Myponga was Kempster. But now back, Overall picks it up, across to Basham, across to Ross. Ross will wheel back in on his left boot. In white, looking for Bartram, I think that was. He couldn't take a mark. But player, his Stock has been paid a free kick here for being pulled off the ball. And he'll go back and line up from about 40 metres out from goal. And directly in front, he only needs the distance on this one. Should have the accuracy, but... It's a beautiful day, no breeze to speak of, so you would expect this to go. He's lining up like he can get the distance. Comes in, goes short, looking for and not finding that player there, which was
Bradley Clark back in the A's. Yeah,
he's going to kick it long down to the clubroom side. It goes over the heads of players, comes out here to Proud from Myponga, handballs back, almost taken out after he got rid of the ball. Johnny Butcher goes up, gives a handball across to Kelly. Kelly goes in looking for Lang. Lang gets beaten in the race back there by his Victor opponent, comes across again, and I think it's not Kelly there for Myponga, but swung as he kicked. Ball goes through and bounces through for one behind. So they go to Myponga go to 1-1. Victor yet to score.
Certainly is. It's on the FPAG scoreboard as they bring the ball back in now. Go straight out through there in Reese Much. He goes out and finds his player on the back flank. Goes over to there. That's Jesse McKinnon. He's the male medalist for the season so far. Wednesday night he won that. That one went straight off the boot there of Dylan Kleinig, and she's out untouched and on the full, so it's a free kick and roll over back to Myponga Sellicks. They're out there on that true wing position, far side of the club rooms. Stands up, just puts this up for his players to run out to it, and that's an easy chest mark, comes out through there to Justin Whitford. So Whitford for Myponga Sellicks comes back. He's got a player right out on this side, but he's going to come over a long way. Drives this up in the forward pocket. Up they go in the forward there, and it comes out through Kane Cooper trying to get it out for Victor Harbor. Finds it over the boundary line in the forward pocket here for a boundary throw-in. Good to see the boundary umpires, 4 of them today in this weather. It's beautiful sunshine and be warm for the players, but also for the umpires. So goes out, the ball goes back to Elliot Chalmers. Chalmers can't find his target. Goes out. Victor try and get it all up. Comes over the top into there, and Luke Whitford can't get to it. Tases it over the boundary line for another boundary throw in on the true wing far side. As I said, this one will probably just start to tighten up again now. Victor's just getting the feet on the ground again. Up they go, smashed out there by Myponga Sellicks. Straight to Victor though, comes straight over there to Vincent, I reckon it could have been. Goes up, Ross pushes him underneath, comes back to Ross, he gets back racked up, and she goes up for a ball up on the centre half forward position. Umpires setting themselves, they've even got hats on, so they're playing clever. Up they go, comes out, go over to it. Myponga try to get out from it there, comes straight around, goes into there in Reese Kleinig for Victor, goes up the forward lines. Thought there might have been a whistle, but it wasn't. Comes out quickly around there to Myponga. That's going in there in Tregenza. Tregenza gets the ball over the boundary line, right by the big gum tree there, and she'll be a ball in for the boundary umpire on the forward flank. Just see if you're watching on YouTube, just a slight breeze rustling over there, so you should be able to keep them cool. Up they go, up and down it goes, comes out, Trelaw couldn't get it out, goes back to Myponga, they go up, go forward, up to the back flank, comes out quickly over there to Reese Much. Much plays the ball up, and he finds his player, but it's out in the full, and it'll be a free kick back to Myponga Sellicks. Tregenza with the back, in the back pocket there, you can see him outside the 50-metre arc there. Goes off, drives this out, right up to the wing, comes out onto it, goes off, Kleinig can't get to it, comes back out, goes underneath there, too much there is Reese Much, and the umpire got head high, and it's a free kick to Victor Harbor. True wing position, it's really got to get some depth in here and get some strike up. Out they go, finds his player out there, goes into there, and that's Tom Neville. Tom Neville for Victor Harbor. Now he moves it off, short kick, stabs it up in the air, out they come, overall can't get to it, comes up there, comes quicker around over into there to McKinnon. McKinnon goes up the forward lines, Basham tries to come over the back, gets it, tries to break out, throws it up in the air, got away with that, overall comes in, can't get the handball out directly to a player, goes off, socket off the ground by Myponga Sellicks, comes straight around to his Victor, defending well, goes right off in the pocket, touched over the boundary line for a boundary throw in right by the point post, with Myponga Sellicks 1-1 to Victor Harbor yet to score on the FPA scoreboard.
And the ball be brought in front of the old scoreboard here at the McLaren Oval, and right in the attacking zone for Victor. Ball comes over the back, grabbed by Overall. He wheels around, and I thought he was celebrating, but the goal umpire wasn't. and he gets Victor's first score on the board. They now trail by one solitary goal. Victor 1 point, Myponga 1 goal 1. So bring the ball back in here for Victor, for Myponga, and he finds Kennedy. Kennedy wheels around onto that left boot, goes long down the line looking for Cock. Cock takes an easy mark, wheels around onto his right boot and goes in looking for Whitford. And Whitford, he's not confident from here. He's looking for a teammate to pass to. He thinks he's found one, goes on the pass. Oh, I had hit the player lace out. That was Lang. He dropped a sitter. Would have been an easy shot at goal. Comes across to Kelly. Spinks goes straight through his hands. Well, they're wasting an opportunity here, Myponga. Spinks picks it up. He's well tackled, driven into the ground, but they're already on the ground, so the umpire calls for a ball up 20 metres out from the attacking goal for Myponga. Butcher goes up, gets a tap down for Myponga, comes back here to over for Victor to looking for Ross, can't find it, comes to Clark. Clark goes short and only as far as Matthew Weiss for Victor. He goes out wide looking for Kleining. Kleining will go long down the line looking for Ross. Basham, sorry. Both got a sleeve. It's hard to tell one from the other from this distance. Anyway, Basham goes around, comes in looking for Ross. Running onto it there for Victor was Elms, and Elms gets the goal for Victor. So he ties things up here at about the 10-minute mark of the first quarter.
Beachside Bedding next to Habra Pharmacy is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, AH Beard and Adriatic Slumber. Mary and her team at Beachside Bedding also offer a beautiful range of locally made Fluorio furniture. Beachside Bedding offers free delivery and old mattress removal, and it's open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Habra. Always competitive on price with real product knowledge. Beachside Bedding.
We are waiting now, back into there. And I said now that Victor has settled, they've got themselves back into this game and tied up. Up she goes, up and down it goes. Nobody really gets it. Comes out quickly by Victor, who kick it forward. Running players comes out. Goes straight out there to Myponga Sellicks. That one there would have been Trevina, who went out. Finds his player in the back line. Spins around there. Goes right up under the forward lines. Over the back there. Finds his player in the back there. And that one there is Butcher, is it?
Yeah, that's
Big John Butcher.
Big Johnny Butcher.
So
hopefully he's a better kick now than when he was first drafted.
Oh, here we go. So that's put nothing on him now. The curse has come out with daggers. Up he goes. He drops this one up. It's going to go look pretty good. The guy
certainly is.
Look, goes the back around, so he's certainly low out a good. So Butcher gets his.
Don't be the next victim of a home invasion.
Pull over. Let's rob this joint.
Great Southern Security will install a home security system with monitored alarm to protect your home or business. They also provide CCTV, mobile patrols, cash transit, event security and a text and tag service.
Looks like this place has got its own secretary.
What do you mean, secretary?
That sign.
You idiot, that's security. This place has got an alarm.
Visit greatsouthernsecurity.com.au.
Skin on him, is there?
No, there's not much left to
put any ink. So anyway, Victor quickly comes straight out through there. That one out there was Jesse McKinnon. He goes out, goes forward over the top, picks up to Stock. Stock dribbles it along, goes around, bouncing, but couldn't get it back. So it finishes up through a minor score. FPA scoreboard, Victor Harbor 1 goal 2 to Myponga Sellicks 2 goals 1.
Bringing it in here for Myponga is he goes long. I'm trying to number 10. It is Hedger for Myponga was bringing it in there. Anyway, he ends up with Spinks in the forward line. Spinks goes long, looking for Flintham. Can't quite find him. He's hotly pursued by Kleinig and runs over the boundary line and out of play. And another quick transition sees the ball in the forward pocket for Myponga. And they currently got a 6-point lead. If there is any breeze here at the McLaren Oval, they probably are kicking with it, but wouldn't be worth too much to speak of. Ball comes out off of a fresh air shot, comes to Ross. He's tackled by Lang, gets it across to Yeomans. Yeomans goes out wide looking for Bartram. Bartram's pursued by Sampson, who wins the ball, handballs it back to Chalmers. Chalmers grubbers it along the ground. He goes to Whitford. Whitford is well tackled, slung down there, but you wouldn't call that one a sling tackle, so he's wrapped up, and we'll have a ball up here on the centre wing of the McLaren Oval. Ball goes up high. No one wins the tap down there. It comes to Whitford, other Whitford from Myponga, but across to Kelly. Kelly goes long looking for Flintham. Flintham under the ball. Good spoil by Kleiny. Running onto the ball there for Victor was Cooper. Comes across to Sampson. He breaks one tackle, breaks two, goes with a beautiful lace-out pass to Spinks. And Spinks will go back and line up for his second goal, 25 metres out, directly in front, to give Myponga a handy lead in this first quarter.
Certainly are. They're spotting their targets well, aren't they? They're holding on to it, waiting for the lead, and then putting it right in front of them.
Well, that was just the perfect kick, wasn't it? He just made his forward run to him,
yep,
and put the ball into the space, and goes back and doesn't let him down. So that's the second goal for Jake.
Let's talk about your new shed. You want it tough, you want it to look good, you want it to last for years. You want Sellicks Fluorio, the experts in design and construct. If you can dream the shed, they can build the shed. Dream it, design it, build it with Sellicks Fluorio. From initial design through to finished construction, your project is in trusted hands with Sellicks Fluorio. Quality workmanship and experience you can trust. SellicksFluorio.com.au.
Get on to them as we wait for the ball to come back. And of course, realising now with the start of the finals, the only other scores we'll have around the ground will be previous games. So up in the batter, goes up and down the middle, can't get out of it. Comes out into it there, can't get out into there is the Trelaw for Victor. The ball still goes on, comes around quickly, tries to get out through there is Zach Dowling, goes off, still pushing around, comes out Myponga using the bodies they've got, breaks out, straight up to full forward again, body on body, goes over, umpire lets it go, comes out into it, turns around, spins around to Spinks, Spinks gets caught, then quite indiscreetly just steps over the boundary line for a throw in on the forward pocket, clubber inside. Lines up, boundary umpire, heap of kids sitting just inside the fence there, and they are in the road. Up they go now, goes out, comes over, try to take it out there, Trelaw gets out, he can't get out to it, comes over, Spinks gets it right out to there, misses slightly, just off the push as he come into it. So the FBA scoreboard goes to 3 goals, 2 to Myponga Sellicks, 1 goal, 2 to Victor Harbor.
Yeah, Much brings it in.
Scoreboard.
Much brings it in quickly for Victor and finds his teammate out in the wing. He goes wide or down the centre looking for Ross, who doesn't let him down. Ross will go short here, looking for a teammate but can't find him. Mulhern was well spoilt by his Myponga opponent, and we've got a free kick for a trip here to Trevina. Now Trevina been repelling well here for Myponga, coming out wide looking for Flintham, over the top, can't take the mark. McKinnon, the male medalist, picks it up and he finds Elms on a lead, and Elms will play on and go long down the forward line looking for Overall. He's missed him, he's missed everything.
That's
and
the difference,
kicked it
isn't it?
Straight out in front of the other big tree here at that's well known here at the McLaren Oval. We usually get some good advice as an umpire out from under that tree, Trev, I tell you.
Not on the Christmas tree.
Doesn't matter who's playing, there's always some nice advice from under there. Anyway, ball's kicked back in from Myponga, straight to Bartram. He goes long, looking short, and finds Basham. And with the length of the Basham kick, he'll score with this one. It's just a matter of accuracy.
Yeah, it'll go straight over that netting. There'll be no problems about that. That netting won't stop this one.
And I think he's probably, if you were looking for the longest kick in the competition in the Great Southern Footy League, well, he'd be in the top 3, I reckon.
He'd be, right up in there.
And Trevina probably for Myponga would be the other one. Both nice long kicks. Anyway, Basham comes in from straight in front, and he registers Victor Harbor's second goal.
Do you want instant cash? Drop off your deposit bottles and cans and scrap metal today at South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots in Victor Harbor, Goolwa and Yankalilla. South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots offer undercover drop-off facilities, and the Goolwa depot is open 7 days a week. To see opening times, the latest prices and the items that can be dropped off for recycling, visit southcoastrecycle.com.au.
Port Elliot over at Goolwa. So,
McLaren would be nervously watching on here today, I think. Either of these two teams are going to give them a hell of a shake next week.
I reckon 4th and 5th is going to be a hard time to try and get through to the series, but still, up it goes, comes out. Myponga Sellicks quickly into attack again, bounces. Butcher can't get to it, goes out, slapped over, blizzed over the back, but straight in the path there of Victor Harbor and Mitchell Brook. Brook comes out, turns around, up on the wing, he comes over to Weese. Weese turns around for Victor. Puts this ball up onto the wing, he goes up and down, he finds his player there in Elms. Elms goes forward this time, bit better kick, at least it's a bit on there, but Myponga Sellicks picks it up, quickly spins around into there, and that one there's Sampson. Sampson comes back, but he finds Mulhern, the opposition, and Victor. Goes out, he finds Elms again. Elms now just driving this up forward, open Basham used his body, pushed the player out, then bumped into the other one. I think really the Scott Ogilvy's complaining, but he didn't push him. He pushed the other player, but he bumped into him.
Didn't look too much of a free kick there to me. I mean, they were both. It's always whoever doesn't take the mark always complains that they've been harshly dealt with.
Yeah,
but
it's more of a shoulder bump than a push.
If Basham had been not taking the mark, and the Myponga player would be the same thing. So better let them go, which the umpire did, and he snuck it through.
Yeah, he's got it in, but it was snuck. It just cut around. He made it.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 161 Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbor.
Time and taking the boundary umpires a little bit of time to get this ball back to the centre, but perfect day for footy, and we've had so many bad days during the season that it comes to finals, and we've got a perfect weekend for the first weekend of finals football, which is great to see, isn't it? And a little bit later this year too probably helps, first week of September. Anyway, ball back up in the middle. Treloar gets a tap down there to Yeomans. Yeomans goes high, looking for Elms at centre half forward. Picked up here by Kennedy. He gets a quick handball out to Trevina. He can't get rid of it. Goes across back to Kennedy somehow. And then it's picked up there by Hedger for Myponga. Goes, but only as far as the Victor Harbor. Comes across here looking for Stock. And getting in the way there was Trevina. He goes across to Kennedy. Kennedy finds Butcher. Butcher goes to Lang. Lang goes all out wide here. This one's going to beat everyone over the line, I reckon. No. Spinks picks it up, and it ended up. Yep. It was towed over the line, but you wouldn't say that was an intentional possession. So correct call there from the boundary umpire and the field umpire. And we'll have a throw in right in front of the commentary position here at the McLaren Oval. Treloar, up the players standing a little bit far back then for the boundary throw in, and bounced in front of them. And we will have an ensuing ball up. And up goes Treloar and Butcher. Trying to come over the top was Kennedy. Proud picks it up. He's tackled by Bartram. And we will reset and we will do it all again. Players, there's a 15-20 players around this ball, so going to be hard to get this one out. Anyway, Proud, he's picked it up, tackled again, shrugs the tackler WWE style, and again we have another ball that was towed over the line, but that looked accidental.
Yeah, you can't play the accidental. It wasn't intended, and the ball.
I think we're going to throw this one in. It was towed the same as the previous one, and umpire having a discussion here. Umpire's coach Simon Thompson having a discussion with the boundary umpire, and I think they've come up with the right decision here, Trev. That certainly a player bent over, tried to pick up the ball, hit his foot. That's not what the rule was designed for.
No, it's supposed to be a deliberate kick.
For an intentional, it means that you've tried to kick the ball, and he certainly didn't try to kick that ball. Anyway, Ross weaves in and out of the tackle and gets hit high by Chalmers, but and receives a free kick. He goes wide looking for a teammate there, and finding them in that player there for Victor is Ryan Fletcher Fletcher goes long down looking for Much. Much picks it up, and he's tried to do too much, and he's been caught holding the ball. And that looks like Ogilvy, the Myponga captain, and he's gone long down the line looking for Flintham, hits his hands, can't take the mark, brings it to ground, and coming through there, that looks like Butcher from Myponga. And he's been
free kick to Victor.
Butcher or Kelly, I think it might have been. And anyway, Dowling picks it up for Victor. He'll take the free kick. He goes long down the line.
Neville, I reckon.
And Neville wheels around, goes long looking for Stock or Basham. And I think he's found one of them. And Basham causing some problems down there for Myponga. It's his third mark within 25 metres of goal. And he was lining up for goal number 3 and to give Victor Harbor the lead towards the end of almost siren time of this first quarter here of the qualifying final.
Certainly is. He was an angry little Andy. He thought he got a little bit too much attention by the Myponga Sellicks underneath. I thought he was going to have a go at him, but it looked to be nothing in it. But he used the body which he's got and took the first grab, and it bounced out, and he grabbed the second one. So this will be handy, going very close on quarter time. Comes in. Here's certainly a goal kicker for Victor Harbor. In he comes. Player on the side was a bit daft there. Basham looks pretty good. The umpire looks happy. When they come back, the centre's good. He indicates that Basham has now got his...
With over 180 years of farming family know-how behind us, ProStock Livestock will help you with all your livestock needs. ProStock will get you the best price for your livestock when buying or selling, and will even help you muster and transport them. Wherever you are across the Fleurieu Peninsula or anywhere in South Australia, we'll offer you the highest quality, professional yet personal service. So give ProStock Livestock a call to discuss your needs today. Visit us online at prostock.com.au.
Easy to do. It's not really favouring anything, but so...
A little bit of movement in those trees now.
Yeah, up high too though with it, but up they go, up and down it comes out. Myponga quickly comes out though, goes straight around there to Jesse McKinnon. McKinnon goes back, finds Trelaw, his ruckman. He goes off. Victor straight into attack again. Out they come, Basham. He used the body just to pile them down. Quickly picked up there by Myponga Sellicks. They come out through the centre half forward. Goes off, back a handball goes over through there by Lang for Myponga, goes off forward and he finds his place over there in Kennedy. Ben Kennedy goes forward, up to full forward it goes, comes out there now. Victor though, Much gets it up for them, handballs, just gets it away, goes over quickly, picks up the ball there, under pressure he kicks, goes up, body goes up, handball goes out and is shepherding into there, and it'll be a free kick to Victor Harbor here, and we'll go through here to Braden Miller. So Braden Miller on the back flank, clubroom side, lines up, drives this ball straight down the wing, right down the interchange parts, up and down they go. Victor can't get a mark, gets up there, gets wrapped up into there by in there Tregenza, and he turns around. He's certainly done some work for Myponga in the back lines there, and it's on the forward flank for Victor. Up they go. McKinnon can't get it out. Turns around, goes over, in they come. Ross comes in, he gets wrapped up, and all they get is a ball up by the central umpire once again. In he comes on that forward flank, right by the club rooms, up it down, bobs up and down, goes around quickly through there by Ryan Kelly from Myponga. He handballs it back, goes out, finds his player out forward there, and that one there is Cooper Gilbert. Cooper Gilbert goes out wide, spots it up, he finds it again. That one goes over quickly to Spinks. Spinks goes off, but intercepted by by Victor, goes up. Spoil comes from the back lines, goes out wide, up to the half-back flank, goes over to Spinks again. He picks it all up, goes over onto there. That was, Spinks. Up into there, goes up. Myponga overran it, picked up there by Wheeze for Victor. He goes off, goes on there, finds his player out there in Dylan Kleinig. Off he goes, back flank still, goes off, puts it in there for this spot, goes off, over the back, goes up, quickly picked up by Victor though in Kleinig, that's Reese. Goes off Myponga, he handballed back and his player was shepherding him, so he missed him. Quickly goes round, forward pocket, Stock gets it, handballs over, he misses the handball.
Gee, what happened there?
He handballed it, but it didn't come off, and he just got collected by the Myponga player as he fell back into it. They get up here, goes over, up wide, one hand, two hands goes out to it, goes around, Ross gets hit into the back and should get a recipient of the free kick. Play on, quickly goes on, Mutch gets it, goes off, goes into attack, up to the back lines there, and it's a defensive mark there to Myponga Sellicks. They go off now, out the back flank. Oh, big stretch, they had him out into there, and that one there is Connor Sampson. So they've got it on the back flank. Can't be too much more time now. Goes on. Almost 30 minutes gone. So we go up on the back flank. There it goes. Thought it must have been up on close onto it. So at quarter time here on our FPA scoreboard, we have Myponga Sellicks, who went out on a quick start on 3 goals to Victor Harbor, who came back gallantly there, mainly through Basham, on 4 goals to. So we'll have a wrap up here. So this is 90.1 Happy FM, Great Southern Footy, match of the round on air and YouTube.
Mount Compass Quarry and Landscape Supplies have over 40 years experience in mining and blending soils and organics. We're specialist in turf soils, landscaping and organic blends. Customised washed sands for horse arenas, sports grounds and building sands. We also have a large range of decorative stones, gravels, mulches and pine barks. From car trailers to all truckloads. Wholesale Quarry Direct. Mount Compass Quarry and Landscape Supplies, 86 Sandmine Road, Mount Compass. Open Monday to Friday 7am to 4pm and Saturday 7am to 11am. Phone 8556 8421.
Beachside Bedding next to Habra Pharmacy is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, AH Beard and Adriatic Slumber. Mary and her team at Beachside Bedding also offer a beautiful range of locally made Fluorio furniture. Beachside Bedding offers free delivery and old mattress removal, and it's open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Habra. Always competitive on price with real product knowledge. Beachside Bedding.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 161 Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbor.
Don't be the next victim of a home invasion.
Pull over. Let's rob this joint.
Great Southern Security will install a home security system with monitored alarm to protect your home or business. They also provide CCTV, mobile patrols, cash transit, event security and a test and tag service.
Looks like this place has got its own secretary.
What do you mean, secretary?
That sign.
You idiot, that's security. This place has got an alarm.
Visit greatsouthern.security.com.au.
Waiting for them to wrap up. So, yeah, the score here is Myponga Sellicks 3-2, Victor Harbor 4-2. Goal kickers for Willunga. Victor Harbor, Basham with 3 and Jackson Elms. For Myponga Sellicks, Jake Spinks with 2 and John Butcher with 1. And previous scores for here, we don't have around the ground, but all the actions today here at the McLaren Districts Oval. In the early game, Junior Colts was a real good game. Willunga 6-9 were defeated by Strathalbyn 7-5, and that one went right down to the wire, folks. In the senior Colts, Encounter Bay got away to a flyer and held onto it. Encounter Bay went 10-12 to Willunga 6-2. And the reserves, which the previous game to this one, we have Willunga held on. They were coming right back. So Willunga 13-6 to McLaren Districts 10-7. But it looked like Willunga had that game on toast, and in the third quarter McLaren really stirred themselves up and come back, made a real game of it, and Willunga were lucky enough just to steady. So they got out onto that one there. So they were the scores here. And tomorrow, remembering that this is the elimination round next on Sunday, which happens to be Dad's Day too, Father's Day. So goes out onto there, and that will be up the Myponga Oval up there at Myponga, home ground for the Myponga Sellicks Club. So it'll be interesting. This weather's going to stay like it is, so it'd be unusual to say something like this, but it looks like we'll have good weathers up at Myponga. It's not very often we can say that. It's normally a bit like Compass to a degree there, the hill belt there. They get very foggy, misty rain and cold, so it'll be quite a change there tomorrow, I think. So, but yeah, cutthroat for them tomorrow. Today, teams here are still into here. At least both these sides get a double chance. Winners go on to play the minor premiers. And of course the losers will go back to the following Sunday then to qualify to come back up for a prelim. They start to break up here. This crowd's not bad, but it's not hugely big. Wollonga have got 3 sides in, so and they're finished now, so may probably, I would think, probably affected a fair bit of the crowd takings. They'll go back to recoup for tomorrow for their A grade. So we wait now patiently. The umpires want to get onto it. People still wandering across the far side on the ovals there. So it's the only trouble here when we allow the people on the grounds to come out is that they just amble getting off. They don't particularly care about what we're going on.
And 2 sides, Trev, just both Myponga and Victor, it's been a long time since either of them have actually played in an A-grade grand final. Victor Harbor had that successful era in the 90s, and Myponga, well, I reckon their last premiership was about 1985 or something like that. So
keep quiet, Ed. We don't talk about past grand finals. I know the year exactly, and I'm not impressed with it. So.
You happened to probably playing against them in that year.
No, the ball is here. The umpire's just waiting for the final clearance to come out.
Was that right? 1985?
84. 83, 84, Myponga went back-to-backs. So, yeah, 85 they weren't there. I'd moved on by then. So, we are underway here at the McLaren Districts Oval. Up goes the ball. Up goes a ruckman. Can't get it out either one. Whitford tried to get it out, goes out onto there, over the ball, quickly picked up by Victor. He gets wrapped up, he can't get out to it, and the umpire has to, always pinged him for holding the ball. He was making an attempt, so goes out. So proud for Myponga Sellicks, gets the ball, drives it up there now, up to the centre half forward position out there in the wing. Comes out, off hands, goes over the 50-metre arc for a ball in by the boundary umpire and the forward flank. Around, we see a few cars over there drifting out, so it's dropping down a bit, so up it goes. Boundary umpire puts it all up, comes a bit short. Myponga Sellicks gets in quick, out they come. Trelaw can't get to it, he dropped it, he's got tackled, should go for it, an incorrect disposal, and it comes over, it comes back to Myponga Sellicks. I'm sure that could be
Cock, I think it is.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking, I thought it looked a bit on it. This player runs in over his mark, he should be told to get out of there, so in he comes, lining up for Myponga Sellicks. Cute angle, he's not that far in from the boundary, puts it all up, hangs it out up there. Umpire's looking good, the players are happy. Umpire comes back, he looks, he indicates it. Victor Harbor.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sale options, and they also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu. They're in your field.
Myponga, as they did in the first, got the first goal of that quarter and got another quick one in this quarter. Ball back in the middle. Whitford goes up against Trelaw. Neither of them can get near that ball. Comes down to Proud. He's well tackled and the ball bobbling around in there. McKinnon, no, that's Trelaw, and umpire says he got hit high, so he'll come up with a free kick. He's going to go round onto that left boot, plays on, goes long, looking for Basham, and Ross comes up over the back, can't take the mark. comes here to Hedger. He gambles it straight out to Bartram from Victor. Bartram goes backwards to Elms. Elms is going to... breaks the tackle of Chalmers. Handballs the ball to Ross. He breaks one tackle. Comes through to Basham. Comes across here to... player from Victor is Jade Cooper. And he gets the quick reply for Victor.
Do you want instant cash? Drop off your deposit bottles and cans and scrap metal today at South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots in Victor Harbor, Goolwa and Yankalilla. South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots offer undercover drop-off facilities, and the Goolwa depot is open 7 days a week. To see opening times, the latest prices and the items that can be dropped off for recycling, visit southcoastrecycle.com.au.
Overall is not in the forward line.
He is
sitting up there. So he's. I think Myponga Sellicks are putting a fair bit of effort into him, and Basham's being rewarded for it.
Yeah, well, when you've got two big targets, it can be hard to... You need a couple of hefty defenders to take both of them out.
Up they go in the centre. Treloar try to get up. Myponga Sellicks gets it, pushes it out up their forward lines. Defensively goes out, goes straight around over there to Zach Dowling. Zach Dowling goes forward for Victor Harbor. There he is. Now he stands out. Used the body well, read it well, and straighten the chest there of Sam Oval. Sam Oval puts it all out, goes out wide, and he finds his best mate. And out there, and that is Michael Ross. Michael Ross comes in, had the player with his back to him in Kleinik there, and he turned around, and that was not a smart move.
Well, it was just the kick, I think. It was more the kick than the... it was the execution. I reckon the player was ready for it.
No, Dylan had his... Kleinik had his back to him, so turns around, goes up. Now that goes up, gets swung around, thrown all out. That... goes off, and it'll be a free kick out there to Myponga. Once again out through there in Trevina. He's right in that back pocket, gets told to play on now, drives it out the far side, out the back flanks, and finds his player out there. Handballs off quickly over there to Kennedy. Kennedy goes forward, up and down. Spinks gets it. He's taken some good marks today. Goes out, up forward, goes out. He finds his player out there in Butcher. Butcher sidesteps around, then he goes. He's got a 25, must have been over the mark before time on was called, I would think.
Well, he looked like he played on, didn't it?
Yeah, obviously the umpire didn't see it, had called it off and hadn't called its play on, so...
Give him the benefit of the doubt that he didn't play on, said that the player had interfered with it. And...
right across, hasn't he? So he's missed that one, so it hasn't really hurt Victor Harbor, that one. But yes, if the umpire blows his whistle, you can't go until the umpire calls play on. Victor quickly with the ball, brings it out clubroom side, out the back flank, up they go. Fist forward there by Myponga there in Hedger. So Hedger goes up, goes off. They're under pressure here now, comes out there, goes over the male Meslis. He puts it all out for Victor. He goes over. Myponga player gets wrapped up, can't get off through there, and that one there is going up for another ball up. In the forward flank here, up they go, over the top there, goes out, goes off. Whitford get it, and he turns around. Should be a free kick to Treloar. Yep, it looked like it was high. Saw the arm over the top there, and Treloar for Victor Harbor gets a recipient free for a ruck infringement. Off he goes now, comes clubroom side, puts it up in the air, sits over there, goes up, over the tap. Victor Harbor haven't got it, quickly picked up through there, and Hedger goes up. Oh, that's unrealistic. He turns around, the umpire's got the Shepherd. Oh, that was a bit tight. Anyhow, Victor now quickly goes off into the centre. They find Overall. Overall go out, straight out to his mate Ross. Ball come in good, goes all out there, goes over there, goes off quickly into Trevina. Trevina gets it off to his partner, goes off up there. Spinks can't grab that one, tried a bit to flying up, can't kiss up there, and Hedger is Whitford there. Justin Whitford gets held up, and it'll be a ball up on that. Sort of in the forward pocket there. Up they go. Ruckman goes up. They both hang on with one hand up. Then one that goes up. Flack forward those. Goes over. The handball goes to the back. Quickly goes over. Comes over to Cox. Cox can't get it. Trip went up. Accidental when you laid it there and lays it out there, and it comes over here to Harrison Cock. He's kicked one. Shouldn't look. He should look. I reckon he had the boot to get that. Goes out wide, and you find this player anyway. I reckon it's Spinks. He gets up, wait for him,
Jake
certainly is.
Spinks.
Looked a bit like him, so Jake Spinks is right into that forward pocket though, tight angle. He's kicked 2 so far, so he needs to get on to this one. It's 1 goal apiece so far this quarter. So get a status quo, goes up, puts it all up, umpire moves, looks over, he goes back to the centre, that's the sure sign, indicates the goal. So
let's talk about your new shed. You want it tough, you want it to look good, you want it to last for years. You want Sellicks Fluorio, the experts in design and construct. If you can dream the shed, they can build the shed. Dream it, design it, build it with Sellicks Fluorio. From initial design through to finished construction, your project is in trusted hands with Sellicks Fluorio. Quality workmanship and experience you can trust. SellicksFluorio.com.au.
Moment, and well, let's hope this continues for the next 2.5 quarters, and we'll have a grandstand finish on our hands.
Certainly is. Only 10 minutes gone this quarter 2, Ian. Back to you.
And ball in the middle here with umpire Kerr throws the ball up. Trelaw rucking on his own for Victor there all day against Whitford for Myponga. Picking it up there from Victor was Wees. Comes out here to Trelaw. He's well tackled by Gilbert, and looks like we're going to have a ball up. There was no free kick that could be paid out of that one. No one had no prior opportunity, nothing out of that one. Just a good hard tackle, and we'll do it all again in the centre of the ground. And the ruckman set themselves. Coming over the top was Kelly to punch that one forward. Gilbert trying to tap it forward as well. Comes to Much. Much goes out wide and finds Kleinig. He goes long down the line looking for Overall. Overall in front, or Ross it was in front. Can't take the mark. Ball hits the deck and player jumps on top of it. They jump on top of him. And we will have a ball up on the 50-metre arc here of the attacking end for Victor Harbor. And 1 point leaders at the moment are Myponga, and on a rather warm day, so it'll be interesting to see how the players run this one out come the end of the game. Tap down there from Whitford, comes across here to Lang. Lang gets a handball out to Kennedy. That's Ben Kennedy. He goes higher than longer, I reckon. Butcher gets there, makes a contest, taps it out of bounds, and we will have a ball in on the half-forward flank now for Myponga over at the entrance, and you can see the people over at the spectators over that side of the ground shielding their eyes from the sun. Not a cloud in the sky, and the ball gets thrown back in, and we have Kennedy there running for the ball. Umpire says that he got pushed in the back, and Ben Kennedy will come up with the free kick. Handballs across to Trevina. Trevina goes in looking for and finding Harrison Cock, and he'll go back. I think he's kicked one so far, Trev.
Yep.
And he's going to line up for his second goal. Missed his last shot. If he from almost in exactly the same position, so you'd hope he had learnt from that one. And will he come in with the drop punt, or will he try and snap round the corner? Looks like he's going with the drop punt. And comes in. Goal umpire moves again, and didn't learn from that first one. Missed in exactly the same spot. And it gives Myponga a 2-point lead. They are on the FPAG scoreboard 5-4. Victor Harbor 5-2.
Certainly is. Yeah, could this be costly for them? Just a couple of shots. Very, very tight, but cool points. Victor Harbor now brings the ball in. Back that far side of the oval. Bit of a wobbly kick goes up over the back. And it should be
pushing the back there.
Yeah, it looked like the interference was out early, and they picked it all up. So Michael Ross with it. Drives off, comes inside, goes out, finds his player out quickly there. And that one there is Ryan Fletcher. So Fletcher now with the ball for Victor, steps back inside, goes out wide again, he finds his player out there wider still.
That's Trelaw.
Trelaw, yep.
A few of them look similar, don't they, for Victor Guernseys?
They do. You know, as I said, the fair haired and the little mows on them, and it goes up, right up the full forward line, goes up, comes out, quickly found Ross, can't get the kick, got bumped off just as he got into it. In comes Mulhern, turns around. Myponga Sellicks gets it out wide, goes straight out onto there, into Victor gets the handball away, cross away into it, turns around, body player comes in, goes out quickly to Spinks. Spinks goes over quickly to his player there in Whitford. Whitford goes forward, spoil come from Victor Harbor, goes around to Spinks again, Spinks goes up, umpire looks good, they're looking around, he's turned around to pick it, the umpire can only pick out what he does, not an infringement from the umpire.
With over 180 years of farming family know-how behind us, ProStock Livestock will help you with all your livestock needs. ProStock will get you the best price for your livestock when buying or selling, and will even help you muster and transport them. Wherever you are across the Fleurieu Peninsula or anywhere in South Australia, we'll offer you the highest quality, professional yet personal service. So give ProStock Livestock a call to discuss your needs today. Visit us online at prostock.com.au.
Sequence, Trev.
Yes.
Myponga 2 in a row to Myponga. So they've hit back well in this second quarter as Whitford goes up for the ruck. Taps it down to Proud. Proud comes out wide looking for Cock and finds him. And he'll go back and drive this deep into the forward line. Out looking for Kennedy on a lead. And Ben Kennedy has marked the ball about 35-40 metres out. And he's handballed across to a teammate there. And maybe better off to go back and have a shot himself, and only registers one behind. Not sure who that player was. Maybe it was Ryan Kelly, I think, by the looks.
Yeah, we don't worry about who kicks too many points.
Happened too quickly, and anyway, Mutch brings it in for Victor Harbor. He finds Bartram in front of that the advice pocket down there for the advice tree for Victor Harbor in the back line, being called to hurry up. And comes out wide looking for Elms, and Overall comes across with the spoil, picked up by Whitford. That's Luke Whitford, comes to a contest there. Sammy Overall clashes with his opponent, and the ball comes off of them, goes over the boundary line and out of bounds. And here in front of the coach's box here for Victor Harbor. And young Ricey there, beautiful throw-in, gives the players every opportunity to tap that one down. Player can't get a boot to the ball, and player there for Victor Harbor is well tackled. Umpire gives him a long time to try and get that one out. Ball doesn't come out, so we will have a ball up. Just where we had a boundary throw-in. Comes out there from a tap over the top to Flintham, gets the kick down into the forward line, rolls through, and registers another behind for Myponga. They go to 6-6. They are 10-point leaders over Victor Harbor.
Certainly, and Victor Harbor brings it back in. Turn around. Overall, couldn't get it. Double jumped on it. Goes right out wide. Sits in the path there of Victor. He gets Victor, but Myponga steps into it. Goes off. Comes out now. He takes one up as high as he barges through onto that, and it'll be a free kick here.
And we've got a card coming out here, I think. Was this a card coming out? No.
Jackson Sampson. I don't think there was anything on it. He tried to barge through, and the player was sort of on his way down with the Victor player in front. So, but contact was there. You have to pay them, and they go up. So Jackson Sampson is recipient of the ball here for Myponga Sellicks. So I said, so I would have been surprised if it was been a card, because accidental with the
hard
player.
to see from you. It happened too quickly.
Yeah,
I'd like to have the replay.
Player coming back through onto it and coming out, he was going down. So up it goes, accidental as it goes. He goes up, and umpire's not happy.
Hit the
with
post,
that.
I think.
No, he turned around. He's hat in the weather, so it certainly did. So looks like Myponga are struggling onto here now. They go now straight away to 6-7. 2, 4, 6, 7. Yep.
Short kick in there from Victor, called not far enough for a mark, and the player was forced to play on. Kicked it out wide, kicked it too wide, and Myponga will bring the ball back in from out in the wing when it eventually, hopefully it hasn't gone down the creek or anything down there.
Long way around the creek.
It's well, the creek, you hope would be pretty dry at the moment anyway.
Yeah, well, and should be, shouldn't it?
Trevina from Myponga will drive this one in long. Looking for the target down there in Butcher or Speaks. Plays on now, goes short for him. Looking for Butcher over the back, can't take the mark, punched away, and goes over the boundary line and out of bounds. And we're about the 16-minute mark of this second quarter, Trev. So, well, Myponga skipped out to a little lead. Same as the first quarter. Victor fought back well there. Anyway, Overall gets a tap down. Comes here to another Victor player across to Bartram. That looks like Sampson leading in the race for this one. He picks it up. Handballs across to Kane Spinks. Kane Spinks, oh, he's gone too wide there. No. He has gone too wide because that one's gone over the head of his teammate. Yep. And there will be a free kick for a last disposal here to Victor Harbor, and Bartram picks it up, goes looking for Ross. Too far for him. Hedger takes a saving mark there for Myponga. He'll go across here looking for Trevina. Trevina will go short, finds his teammate, but just too high for him and went through the fingertips, and Victor Harbor will kick this one out. And another one out in the fall. The last couple of they've been under pressure, and well, they haven't managed to keep the ball in play. So Myponga will drive this one and goes short and finds Hedger. He'll come and try and find one of these. It's a pretty crowded forward line at the moment. We've got every player on the ground almost past centre, so he's going to do well if he finds someone. But he'll go long. Put the ball up high, and play getting up high over the back of the pack, but taking a fantastic mark there for Victor was Kane Cooper. Yep. He goes out wide looking for a teammate. Oh, two of them there clash. Comes here to Ross. Ross gets a handball across to a teammate. Can't do anything with that. Gilbert from Myponga kicks it in. And Butcher has one grab, has two grabs. The umpire says he's had his arms chopped, and Johnny Butcher will go back from 25 metres out directly in front to give Myponga a handy lead.
Certainly is. Yeah, he tried the second grab, but obviously the first attempt he was
no, it's not Butcher. It's Whitford.
Yeah, it looks like the other one. So, 15, which is right, Justin. So Justin lines up for his first for Myponga Sellicks, directly in front. Distance shouldn't be a problem. Player on the mark's probably 25 out, so it shouldn't be any problems with the distance. Directly in front, just needs a straight kick. Drives off, bangs it all up. Umpire moves backwards, looks all right. He goes up, comes back, signals the goal.
Mount Compass Quarry and Landscape Supplies have over 40 years experience in mining and blending soils and organics. We're specialist in turf soils, landscaping and organic blends. Customised washed sands for horse arenas, sports grounds and building sands. We also have a large range of decorative stones, gravels, mulches and pine barks. From car trailers to all truckloads. Wholesale Quarry Direct. Mount Compass Quarry and Landscape Supplies, 86 Sandmine Road, Mount Compass. Open Monday to Friday 7am to 4pm and Saturday 7am to 11am. Phone 8556 8421.
I was on one of those shots, and they finally did.
Certainly did. So we're back in the centre now. We've got ourselves 20 minutes gone as the umpire comes in. So heading towards time on. Goes up, Overall gets it down, comes straight down, goes to Proud. Proud can't get it out of there, and the umpire will come back in to repeat it. So Nick Price, I reckon it is, puts the ball up. The umpire puts it all up, goes over, comes back down there. McKinnon tries to get out into it, goes over, out wide, goes out here to Butcher, goes out. He can't get it from Myponga Sellicks. Handball goes out, straight around over there to Ogilvie. Ogilvie for Myponga, puts it all up forward, comes off, hits the back line, comes up here. Handball by Victor, they're under pressure all the way around here. Comes out, 2-on-1, goes into there straight on the chest of Kane Spinks. Goes off, he handballs off, goes off, wobbly kick, but he finds his big ruckman there in Ryan Kelly. Kelly lines up, drives this ball up and under, too wide though, goes off. Victor over the back, keep control of it. Now they repel it out. All Myponga here though, up and down they go. Goes over once again to Kelly. Kelly for Myponga, puts them back into there, standing tall in there is Overall for Victor Harbor. He goes off, goes on the back lines, right across the other side of the oval, goes out there and he spots his player up out there in Jade Cooper. Cooper now for Victor, puts the ball up further out, over the top it goes, finds around, goes off to there to Neville Thomas, goes over, goes out, over it goes, Basham, tried to use a body, can't get onto it, goes over, Myponga get it now, comes back in here, go, just got over the head there, the Victor player there, and that was Elms, and he just couldn't quite get to it. In the back pocket here is the player. Wow, that's spotted up beautifully put between two there and Cooper Gilbert. He comes out and finds Proud. They've come across here, so Proud here on the back flank here for the defensive, goes out, puts it in front of the player, not a real good kick, goes up, over the top, goes over, straight over, turns around, ooh, late tackle on it, goes forward though, goes out. Stock can't get to it, handballs out through there, goes out through there by Luke Whitford, goes out wide, goes over to Hedger. Hedger goes over, he can't get to it, it goes over the boundary line in the forward pocket, but at least it's in Victor's attacking forward zone. Boundary umpire with it, takes his steps in, so he's just inside from the line, goes up, good throw in, up and down it goes, going to good job these lads, up they go, comes back down to Myponga, they turn around, he bumps into it, goes out, quickly goes out, comes around quickly around here to McKinnon goes out, comes over, and he finds his player and spots him up with Reece Kleinig. So Reece Kleinig, to say they need this is an understatement.
Big kick this one, isn't it?
Oh, time frame and everything going on. They need to get just a little bit of an inroad going in at half time. You want something in your favour. In he comes, drives up, drives the ball up. Umpire moves a lot. I reckon he's missed it.
Yes.
That's exactly what they didn't want. So Victor Harbor are missing now. They go to 5 goals, 3 to Myponga Sellicks 7-7 on the FPA scoreboard.
And Hedger will bring this one in for Myponga. Comes out to the club room side. Kennedy all on his own. That's Ben Kennedy. He takes a mark, plays on, goes long down the middle of the ground looking for Cock, but it's 1-on-3 down there with Victor. Anyway, gets it, taps it across. Spore comes straight to Speaks. That's Jake Speaks. And, well, he's missed a golden opportunity there for a quick one from Myponga. And only registers a point. They now get that lead back out to 17 points, and Victor will bring the ball back in and into time on of the second quarter. Plays on, goes long down the outer side looking for Overall. The ball's gone already over the boundary line, and Overall punched that one after the ball was out of play. It's lucky that he didn't give away a 25-metre penalty there for that one. Umpire went light on him, and
25 gone. So.
And well, the Myponga here this looks like Sam Kennedy. He'll kick it in and up there looking for Ben Kennedy. Can't take a mark. Ball comes straight down. Player is wrapped up there, and the umpire will ball this one up. Almost at half time of this qualifying final. Ball goes up in the forward line here for Myponga, comes down here to Victor, can't get it, gets a quick kick away, finds Ross in the middle of the ground. He jumps on top of the ball. Is the umpire looking at this one? And the umpire says you've just jumped on top of that one, and I think that's a correct call. And Myponga Proud will take the free kick there for Myponga. Victor Harbor limping into half time here of this one. And player plays on here. That's to Sam Kennedy. Long into the teeth of goal. Oh, player gets his hands, gets 2 grabs. No, umpire doesn't pay the mark. And did he grab that one, Trev? Do you reckon that was a mark?
It was still bouncing. You got to control it.
No real control there at any stage, was there?
Bouncing up and down.
He did touch it 3 or 4 times, but I tend to agree with the umpire. He didn't actually control the ball. Anyway, ball comes back out here down the middle of the ground for Victor, coming over it's all Myponga back here, and Whitford's going to run onto this one. He'll go backwards to Ogilvie, who will go then to Clark, and Clark under pressure here from Oval. That's a big tackle and takes him over the boundary line. No prior opportunity with that one, but a big tackle all the same. He certainly felt that one, and two big boys going at it, and just a good solid tackle. Ball gets thrown back in here, and no clear winner of that ruck contest. Ball comes down, picked up there by my Myponga player.
Proud.
And fighting for that one. Gets back to his feet to make sure he doesn't get pinged for holding the ball. And the umpire says, yep, he agrees with that. And umpire Thompson will come in and throw the ball up. Whitford gets a tap down there. Comes across, Kleinig tapping that one out. In the meantime, we have a free kick. and that will go to Ben Kennedy. Ben Kennedy starting to get involved with this one. Comes down looking for Gilbert. He's outnumbered there. Gets a fist to the ball. Comes across to Flintham. He picks it up, goes straight to Victor Bartram, and Bartram kicks it, but only as far as Sam Kennedy at the other end of the centre half forward square. And he goes out wide looking for Ogilvie. Ogilvie has had a player jumped into the middle of his back, and he'll take a free kick just as the siren goes for half time of this qualifying final at the McLaren Oval. And at half time on the FPAG scoreboard, it is Myponga 7-8 leading Victor Harbor 5-3. So 17-point leaders to Myponga at this stage of the game. Major goal kickers at this stage, Speaks with 4 for Myponga, and Basham with 3 for Victor, Trev.
Yep, we'll wrap up for the half-time hub. So this is 90.1 Happy FM Great Southern Footy, match of the round, on air and YouTube.
Do you want instant cash? Drop off your deposit bottles and cans and scrap metal today at South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots in Victor Harbor, Goolwa and Yankalilla. South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots offer undercover drop-off facilities, and the Goolwa depot is open 7 days a week. To see opening times, the latest prices and the items that can be dropped off for recycling, visit southcoastrecycle.com.au. Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 161 Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbor.
Let's talk about your new shed. You want it tough. You want it to look good. You want it to last for years. You want Sellicks Fluorio, the experts in design and construct. If you can dream the shed, they can build the shed. Dream it, design it, build it with Sellicks Fluorio. From initial design through to finished construction, your project is in trusted hands with Sellicks Fluorio. Quality workmanship and experience you can trust. SellicksFluorio.com.au.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sale options, and they also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fluorio. They're in your field.
Happy FM's Halftime Hub, brought to you by FP Ag. We're in your field.
Well, welcome to our Halftime Hub. Today our guest is Jeffrey Magpie Hutchison.
Kevin, how are you, mate?
Not too bad, Jeff. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Yes.
It's good to see you around, up and about.
Yeah. No, it's
sprightly out there today.
Nice spring day, mate. It'd be good to be out there. But yeah.
You'd like to be out there yourself, would you?
About 30 years too late.
Well, you played in a few, didn't you? Played in grand finals?
Played in 2 grand finals, well, 2 winning ones, yeah.
2. And how many losing ones?
One A grade 1.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's a lot of people don't get to do that.
No, I reckon I was very young at the time we won the 2 of them, and I'm looking forward to this one, to be quite honest. So, yeah, we can get one now. So.
Did you beat Trevor Pryor in one of them?
He might have even been at Encounter Bay back in the 84, perhaps.
I think he said he was in that one, and that was one he lost. That's the one you won, was it?
Correct, yeah.
Oh, well, so you meet again out the door. Anyway, Maggie, what's your position in the club at the moment? Have you?
Well, I've been president for the last 3 years, so that's my position, mate. Yeah, it's been an ongoing thing with our family, I guess, where the brother's been president and our family's been involved for generations. So, yeah.
Oh well, it's a long involvement, isn't it, that you've got out there?
Yeah, it is, but that's the community type club that it is, I guess. And look, there are a lot of families and a lot of family names that keep bobbing up in our area,
And you keep living over that. Do you live over that area?
I've actually moved out.
You moved out, have you?
No, I'm living out in
Normanville
Normanville now. So,
at Normanville?
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, long drive to most games of football now. So.
Yeah. What made you do that?
So I've always been on the farm, I guess, and but the farm was a farmhouse, and it went with the farm. So when I got off, I had to find a house.
Oh, you had to find a house.
Yeah.
So I thought you'd be with the rest of them over the other side of the oval.
Too much like Ramsay Street, that one, I reckon. Mate. Too much gossip for me.
Too much. Yeah, certainly. It's probably a great area over there. I mean, if you want to have a couple of drinks afterwards, you've only got to walk across the oval.
Correct. And look, honestly, we're lifelong friends with. Well, you've obviously been there and you know what we're like, and there's a core group of about 20 of us that have knocked around forever together, and we've been best mates forever, so it's been good.
Well, that's one of the things about Myponga, isn't it? I mean, sometimes it takes a while to get you all at the same time, and it did there for a while.
For sure.
A couple of people leave, and that.
I guess the dynamics of the area have changed so much. Like when we did go top 40 odd years ago, I think 15 or so of the guys were dairy farmers, where now there's not one that plays football for Myponga. So it's just the area's changed so much. We rely a lot heavier on Sellicks Beach area, etc. And I guess the population there's certainly helped our kids out a lot.
Well, it has. I mean, it's just looking back at the juniors that you had there. I can remember about 4 years ago now, ringing up one weekend and going through it with whoever the president and secretary was at that time. They're saying, we've got no kids, you know.
Yeah.
We look like we're going to have to amalgamate with somebody or whatever to get our juniors going.
Correct. Yeah, we were lying ball and struggling, and there's a lot of hard work that goes on. There's no two ways about that.
Yeah, I mean, I spent most of one Saturday going through and getting telephone numbers of people that they could ring up if they wanted to. You know, maybe you look at getting some players at clubs that had too many.
Yeah. It's
so what changed all of that though?
Well, I guess we've had enough coming through that, like from minis, it just took a while for them to get through to junior colts. And even this year with our senior colts, I'm just staggered. I think we lost 14 from last year's runner-up side, and we're sitting minor premiers again. And that's just. For me, our club's never been in that position before.
Normally, if that had happened, you just about have to wind up, wouldn't you? Yeah. But anyway, well, I was just having a look then. Your senior colts ended up top, your reserves top, and your junior colts 6.
Yeah. Well, they just missed out.
And the A grades.
Yeah, the junior colts went premiers last year, and they lost a lot out of that side.
So what are the A grade? They end up second or third?
Second.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's been a remarkable. Turnaround by the club, isn't it? And as you say, it's not easy. It just doesn't happen because someone says it could happen.
I think in the senior grades, holding on to your points players. So they obviously, most of our guys have been there now for 2 or 3 years. And obviously work back in points. And there's no doubts it's a lot easier when you have a bit of success.
Well, if you have
recruiting
success,
becomes easier.
people will sort of go there then, won't they? Whereas if our B grade's bottom, our senior and junior colts can't win a game.
Undoubtedly.
People say, oh God, why would we bother going there?
Yeah.
But now it's probably one of those clubs now that people would have a look at.
For sure. And look, it does. And but by no stretch of the imagination you're out of the woods. Like, you don't need many things to happen and for things to change
a bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, it could change as quick as it changed the other way, couldn't it?
100%, yeah.
But it's good, I mean, if people come and say good things about the club, that they like being there, you've got half a chance it'll keep going.
Yeah, well, I think the proof of that is the fact that we do hold on to our recruits and they do stay for a while, and they're as focused as what our local boys are.
Have you got many new players from last year?
There's a couple, yeah. Luke Whitford, our ruckman, his brother, turned up this year, Justin. He was playing for a college side last year. Obviously, Johnny Butcher has played enough to qualify, and he's been a big asset at this time of the year. We will be, I hope. So.
Yeah. Well, you haven't got long to go, has he?
Yeah.
You've only got 3 weeks to go after this one.
Dylan Lang has come back from playing amateur footy as well. He was with us previously. So the club augurs well, and I think when you do get players that have played here and left and then work out the grass isn't greener and come back, that's also...
Well, you know you've done something right, don't you?
Yeah, correct.
Fair enough. And how many of these people work for Fluorio Milk?
Surprisingly, not many.
Not many. I would have thought there'd have been evil.
No, Connor Sampson. The two Haverty lads playing in the reserves. There's not a lot of others, to be quite honest. So I'll probably leaving someone out.
Yeah, probably will. So Fluorio Milk is still obviously one of the big employers in the town, isn't it?
I think we've moved into number one in our council area now.
Have you?
The council was the biggest, and we've got just over 90 staff now.
90 staff. I mean, that's not bad when you consider that one stage there you probably had you and a couple of other Hutchisons that were trying to make it all work.
Look, early days it was pretty full on, but obviously Baz Clark and myself and our wives basically initially. But it grew, and to be honest, it's outgrown our ability now, and we've got set people in for set roles.
So you're still involved with Fluorio Milk?
Only as a director. There's not much.
Not much
outside of that. So,
you don't have to work. You don't have to get out with a shovel and do anything.
Nah, pretty much. But that's probably our background and what we were good at. So, as far as running the business goes, we're smart enough to work out that it's outgrown our ability. So. Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, it's good to see, and it's a good local business, and that was really something that was needed in the town.
Look, it has been good for the community. Obviously, we sponsor a lot of sporting clubs.
You sponsor nearly everything.
Yeah, but that's all right. We certainly only ever got into it because as farmers we weren't getting paid well. I think we have now got about 10 farms on board that supply us, and we'd like to think we pay them a premium, which is it's good for the farms.
So the business still getting bigger?
There's steady growth. Yeah.
Steady growth. Oh.
Yeah, no,
So I mean, a lot of other places are going broke and talking about going broke, but in the end, it looks like everything's going okay for you.
Yeah, no, it is. It's certainly there is growth, but it's coming up with that next plan, etc. That we seem to have something cooking most of the time.
So it looks like at the moment that things are going along nicely for you. At the moment, what are you? 7 goals, 5 to 5 goals, 3.
7-8, is it?
Eh? 7-8, is it? It looks like you probably are right, 7-8. Need a new pair of glasses.
I need a pair of glasses.
I went to get a new pair of glasses and found out I couldn't see out of one eye.
Yeah.
You know a bit about that, I reckon.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty much buggered in one eye.
Anyway, the players are still going off. I reckon there'd be a few of them out there that are probably a bit hot. Well,
yep.
Looking for somewhere to sit down and have a cool
It's a warm day, and hopefully our leg speed will.
Anyway, it's good to catch up with you.
No worries, Kevin.
Jeff.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Good luck to you today, and good luck for the rest of the year.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
This has been Great Southern Footy with Jeff Hutchison as our guest at the Halftime Hub. So,
Happy FM's Halftime Hub, brought to you by FP Ag. We're in your field.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sale options, and they also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fluorio. They're in your field. Don't be the next victim of a home invasion.
Pull over. Let's rob this joint.
Great Southern Security will install a home security system with monitored alarm to protect your home or business. They also provide CCTV, mobile patrols, cash transit, event security and a test and tag service.
Looks like this place has got its own secretary.
What do you mean, secretary?
That sign.
You idiot, that's security. This place has got an alarm.
Visit great7security.com.au.
With over 180 years of farming family know-how behind us, ProStock Livestock will help you with all your livestock needs. ProStock will get you the best price for your livestock when buying or selling, and will even help you muster and transport them. Wherever you are across the Fleurieu Peninsula or anywhere in South Australia, we'll offer you the highest quality, professional yet personal service. So give ProStock Livestock a call to discuss your needs today. Visit us online at prostock.com.au.
Beachside Bedding next to Habra Pharmacy is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, AH Beard and Adriatic Slumber. Mary and her team at Beachside Bedding also offer a beautiful range of locally made Fleurieu furniture. Beachside Bedding offers free delivery and old mattress removal, and is open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Habra. Always competitive on price with real product knowledge. Beachside Bedding.
As we go, back to the guys.
Certainly is. Thanks for that, Ian. We've got two umpires walking off here, so I'll be interested to see what they're going to talk about here. But yeah, they're coming over. They might be wanting to see us for some reason, but we'll turn around, we'll find out. But they're out there to go on, and yeah, it's very interesting. The first time I've seen this. They've come to the sand pit to play in the sand pit. They don't want to umpire, so. But we're waiting to get underway here. The players are warming up onto here, and they're going through. I reckon they're getting some sand. There might be a hole out there that needs patching up, I think. So the umpires are doing the McLaren District's job, which they are. So turn around. I've lost my pencil, so just wait on a minute, folks, while I duck down on the floor. Sorry about that, but yeah, the umpires have come over here to, they must have a hole there, and they're getting a bit of sand to fill it up in case someone goes over on it. So yeah, not a good sign by the McLaren Districts to inspect their ground. So we turn around, we pick up onto it. So Victor Harbor breaking up. Myponga Sellicks are starting to get themselves back into play here, and the siren has sounded for us to get up. So just repeating here, at half-time here, the game here is Myponga Sellicks 7-8 to Victor Harbor 5-3, and Myponga Sellicks controlled that second quarter. Thank you very much, sir, as we get a refreshments from my co-host. Oh, sorry, I'll have the other one, please.
Yeah, the one with the sugar?
Yeah, one with sugar, please. Otherwise I'll start climbing the wall. Got to get something to get excited about into here. But yeah, so they take it all up. But yeah, Myponga come out in the first quarter and seemed to like to be taking control. Victor came back, tied it all up around with it. Umpires are setting themselves here now, and of course that second quarter, Myponga Sellicks really grabbed it by the throat. So this is a championship quarter here. Can Victor make big inroads? Siren sounds as we get underway here on the oval, and it goes up straight off. Into they go. Kleinig gets it for Victor Harbor. Goes off into attack straight up in the forward lines. Goes over. Myponga Sellicks defending out. Goes off into it. Ross can't get to it. Goes back out. Picked up out there by there. Stolen by Ross. Steve Ross goes up there. He goes off. Michael Ross. Umpire indicates out, and that was what they needed to do.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sale options, and they also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu. They're in your field.
Under 2 goals, so Victor Harbor with a great start to this third quarter as the umpire's coach come in and throws the ball up. Comes down to Kleinig there for Victor. He comes down looking for oval, hits the pack hard, and umpires picked out a free kick there and said he's come across the shoulder. I think in that he's hurt himself more than he hurt the opponent. He really did hit that pack hard and got Trevina high. I don't think there's any doubt with the free kick, and comes across and finds Kempster. Kempster will come long down the wing looking for Kennedy. Kennedy goes up over the back of McKinnon. Then the ball gets tapped out the back here to Fletcher. Fletcher runs over the boundary line, takes the ball over with him, and we'll have a throw in right here at in the commentary position here at the McLaren Oval. And players shielding their eyes from the sun as this one's about to come back into play. Another beautiful throw in by young Ricey. Goes over the back. Trelaw wins that one down. Bartram sort of gets a handball out. Comes back down. The players ball bobbling around. Whitford picks it up. Two of them tackle him, and he's brought down. And we will have another ball up. And umpire gets on with it quickly, and ball gets tapped down to Kleinig. His kick is smothered by a teammate there, I reckon. Comes out, goes back in and gets it again. Ball tapped out of his hand. No, crowd screams for holding the ball, but no holding the ball there. Comes back to Proud, comes across to Gilbert. He comes across here to Weiss, I think that is, for Victor. Comes to Whitford. He's picked it up. He's tackled and thrown to the ground, and he'll get a free kick for being dumped after he got rid of that one. Got a clear handball away, then was dumped into the deck. He plays on quickly to Kennedy. Kennedy lobs this one up, looking for his brother Sam, and Sam runs onto that one and takes a good mark. And we've got a good view of this one, Trev. We'll be right behind this kick, and well, you'd expect a player of Sam Kennedy's quality to go back and split the centre with this one.
Oh, these are famous words. They're the challenge now, Ian. The curse is on, so let's see what he can do. Like I said, we have a beautiful sight. You can see it on the camera if you're on YouTube. Straight behind it. Just needs to be accurate. Runs out, runs it out, puts it all up. Straight through the diddly middly. So he turns around, and that's what...
Beachside Bedding next to Habra Pharmacy is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, AH Beard and Adriatic Slumber. Mary and her team at Beachside Bedding also offer a beautiful range of locally made Fluorio furniture. Beachside Bedding offers free delivery and old mattress removal, and is open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Habra. Always competitive on price with real product knowledge. Beachside Bedding.
You know, it makes it harder and harder for Victor each time. But Victor are capable. They've just got to get their act together and really go for it. So back in the centre, up they go. Comes out Trelaw. Trelaw gets it down. Myponga though got it. Out it goes. Played for the free there for a bit. Didn't go out. Comes straight out through to there. And McKinnon, he couldn't get it out. Turns around. Free kick coming through to Myponga. And it goes back to Proud. Proud handballs off quickly, that they do. Go straight over there onto there was Chalmers. Chalmers goes up. There it is. Big tall man up in the front. Goes out there, and John Butcher. So Butcher, just like Basham was, just a handful for their defensive side. It comes around. Kick one in the first quarter. Nothing in the second. Went defensive a lot though, so he comes off. In he comes, drives this ball. Floater, and guess
that's
what?
Johnny Butcher.
The curse come late, Ian.
That's the sort of kick we come to expect, unfortunately, with John Butcher. That's what he's been known for throughout his career, unfortunately. But kicked the brilliant goal earlier, and then from 20 metres out directly in front, missed by quite a bit.
Out they go. Quickly comes on, goes over. Victor Harbor gets the ball, goes forward. Up they go. Handball from Overall goes out to McKinnon. It goes on again. Handball goes back. Weiss puts it all out. Comes through to Bartram. Bartram can't get going to it, and the ball finally gets tapped over the boundary line for a boundary throw in there on the wing position, far side of the ground here at the McLaren Oval. Boundary umpire with it. Sets himself, goes through his routine, does it well, puts it up Up they go well, goes over, pushed out through there. Treloar tried to get it out. Whitford tried to get it through, got the handball back to his player. Kick went forward, up and down it comes over. Handball goes back over to, goes over there, I reckon, to Cooper. Cooper goes over.
Big tackle.
Handball goes up there, and the smack goes down afterwards. And he turn around and be a ball up by the umpire. Still in that true wing position. Sets himself. Up they go. Treloar gets it, pushes it out from behind. She goes over the boundary line, so it'll be the boundary umpire's turn this time. Still in that same position over the far side wing. So we've gone 6 minutes into this third quarter. Victor really need to get their mojo going. Up they come. Treloar tries to get out, comes over the back. Myponga Sellicks get it. He gets wrapped up, goes over. Handball comes out. There's a free kick there going, probably for incorrect disposal. The player's saying, I did handball it, but umpire's in charge. So gets it all up, drives the ball up there forward now. Goes, big body under there. Has to go. It have to be Victor Harbor's free kick. It was unrealistic jump up straight into the back of the player, and there was no way he was anywhere near the ball. He was in the back of Michael Ross here. He's already kicked the one this quarter. Victor will be hoping he can get his second. Probably only going, it's still an angle, probably more around the 40-45 degree mark. Goes on, puts it all out. Bit wobbly, umpire goes, he runs, he's not happy, so he gets it down. Minor score to Victor Harbor. They go to 6-4 to Myponga Sellicks on 8-9.
And bringing it in for Myponga here is Hedger. Goes one way, then comes back the other. Comes out wide looking for Chalmers. Chalmers, takes a strong mark there opposed to Fletcher. And he'll settle things down here for Myponga on the half-back flank. Takes his time, comes forward lobs it up, looking for Whitford. Treloar, the one he wanted to get a hand on it, comes to McKinnon. And McKinnon, well tackled by Lang, and he just hasn't been able to break the tag today, Jesse McKinnon, so far. Hasn't really had much of an effect on this game. Looks like he's being tagged by Dylan Lang, who caught him in a good tackle that time and was rewarded by the umpire. Goes across the ground with the kick, though, looking for Clark. He's opposed to Overall. The two, they fight for the ball, tap it in front of each other. Neither of them can get a handle on it, and the ball goes over the boundary line and out of bounds. Right almost in the centre of the ground here at the McLaren Oval. Ground bathed in sunshine. Hardly a breath of wind out there. It was out there at half time, and just a beautiful day for football. Anyway, ball comes down here, and that's Ben Kennedy on the right foot. Hits Spinks straight out. He will play on, go to Cock. Cock goes on the left boot. And that one's gone off the side of the boot. It's gone backwards.
There's a butcher.
Sampson's going to run onto it. Will he go back to Cock here? He does. Goes back to him. He breaks a tackle. He'll go backwards again. And the ball goes up and under here, and Lang gets his hands on the ball. Goes over the boundary line. He's probably lucky he was out of bounds there, because that ball bobbled up, and he probably would have been pinged for a throw if he was in play. But I think it looks a little bit sore there, the way he grimaced.
In the back,
the way he grimaced when he came over, very hard at the ball type player. And the ball comes back into play here. Tap down Miller this for Victor. He goes long, wide, looking for Elms. Goes over his head to Hedger. Hedger to Kempster. Kempster will go on the left short and find Gilbert. And Gilbert will go back and handballs to Kempster. Kempster looks to go across to Spinks. Spinks well tackled by McKinnon. And that one's holding the ball every day of the week. And McKinnon needs to get himself into this game. Goes to Bartram. Bartram will handball over the top to Overall. Overall will go short. He's got two of them here on their own. And finds Basham, and Basham will try and go back and kick goal number 4 and keep Victor in touch in this third quarter.
Yeah, he did all his damage in that first quarter, Sam Basham. 3 goals. I think he kicked the first 2 straight on it. And so we said it just before half time. They desperately needed the goal, which they missed. So Basham now, can he kick his first quarter repeated here in the third? If he can put another 3 over, Victor will be a little bit more happier. Goes off, kicks in, come off the boot. Well, umpire goes, he had a good look, but he's happy with it. So they finally get...
Don't be the next victim of a home invasion.
Pull over. Let's rob this joint.
Great Southern Security will install a home security system with monitored alarm to protect your home or business. They also provide CCTV, mobile patrols, cash transit, event security and a text and tag service.
Looks like this place has got its own secretary.
What do you mean, secretary?
That sign.
You idiot, that's security. This place has got an alarm.
Visit greatsouthernsecurity.com.au.
We owed 6-7 goals up, but they're not. So back in the centre, up they go. Treloar gets it out, comes around to McKinnon. McKinnon gets the ball out, goes over, straight out, kicks it forward though, goes out. Myponga Sellicks, their back line's been great out there today. Goes over, turns around, picks up, handballs over the top, goes off to Bartram. Bartram goes off, up over the top of Basham's head. Turn around, tackle in the back line, gets up there, overall, can't get him, wraps him all up, and you turn around and there will be a ball up right in the full forward position for Victor Harbor.
Victor crowd screaming for holding the ball then, but...
Not much chance in it, but up they go. Myponga smash it all out, goes out wide, comes around to Bartram. Bartram tries to break off, then he swings it back over his foot right in front of goals, up and down it goes, comes off, out it goes, quickly picked up by Myponga, finds his player running out of the back lines, drives it up the forward, up to the wing up here, over the top they go. Ooh, probably lucky. Gets the free kick there, and Dylan Kyle goes over straight away to his player there, and Reece Much goes up there. Myponga spoilt that one, dropped it out there. He should have had that one, took the second grabber with a bit of panic.
3 of them on their own there, Trev, and they could have raffled it.
Yeah, that was Dylan Lang. He just made a meal of that, so he goes for a ball up at centre half forward. Ross goes over, then he lays the tackle, comes straight out, goes around to Kleinig. Kleinig gets over, Basham gets a fist to it, and it goes out of bounds right by the point post. Victor Harbor's attacking zone. Well, we've got ourselves at this stage 13 minutes gone, so we'll sort of say just about halfway through this quarter. Umpire throws it back in, the boundary umpire smashed out there by Myponga, goes over, a bit of a one bounce around into there, which they couldn't need into there, was Yeoman's. He's normally real sure with his hands and kicking, and he made a bit of a meal on that one, and results in a central umpire's throw up in that forward pocket. Up it goes, comes out. Myponga once again over the head, could be just about on the full, but it doesn't, bounces back in, gets it over. Yeoman gets it, he goes over, and it looks like it's a throw in. It must have been obviously over the line when he did it. It comes back to the boundary umpire in that forward pocket, clubroom side, Victor Harbor's attacking zone though. Puts it up. Certainly doing a great job, these young lads. Up they go, pushes all out, comes over, straight over. Oh, smothered there off of their boot there by Myponga Sellicks. Comes back down there, getting back into it again with Zach Dowling. He can't get out with it, and it'll be a central umpire's ball up in that forward pocket. Almost by the point post there, as he goes up, sets it up, a lot of bodies going around, pushed over the front. Up and down by Kennedy, goes off, back into the packet goes again, comes out through there, picks all up there, dropped the ball, then socketed off the ground. That's a sure indication that you dropped it. So it goes out straight over, Spinks gets it, puts it out through, quickly out through there to Ogilvie. Ogilvie goes back to Spinks, Spinks gets wrapped up, turn around, Ogilvie comes in, wraps up the player there, which I think was Kane Cooper for Victor, and he goes over the boundary line, and it'll be a boundary throw in by the far side umpire this time. Sets himself up. In she comes, goes up, ruckman set, body on body, goes over, Overall gets it back for Victor, puts it all back. Oh, Overall gets pushed in the back. He turns around, the umpire saw the same way, and it'll come back to Ogilvie here for Myponga Sellicks. Plays on quickly, goes on straight away there to Trevina. Trevina goes up and down. Treloar gets it for Victor, kicks it over to Dowling again. Goes over forward, out comes Michael Ross, and he takes this one diving low to the ground, slide across, and he has a kick out. It's going to be a long kick. He's probably going to kick from 50.
It's a good kick though.
He's strong,
a good kick.
but like I said, I reckon he's still kicking. I reckon he might even be outside of 50. I reckon the player's right on the 50 metre arc. So he'll kick from probably 52, I would think. Directly in front, he's certainly going to have to give it a good roost here. and he comes deliberate. Left foot goes around, drives it off, tries to get the distance. You normally pull it, which he done, goes over, off hands across the boundary line. So on here on the FBA scoreboard, Myponga Sellicks 8 goals 9 to Victor Harbor 7 goals 4.
Boundary umpire throwing it back into play here in this attacking, deep in Victor's attacking zone. Overall tries to tap it to himself, can't do so.
Oh, it's a free kick to Oval, didn't have the ball.
And then players tackled over the boundary line, and the umpires paid a dangerous tackle here to Victor, and this has gone to Jackson Elms. So Elms with quickly short passes, and he's gone across, comes here to that player from Victor, who I can't pick him up, who it was. James Mulhern has.
Let's talk about your new shed. You want it tough, you want it to look good, you want it to last for years. You want Sellicks Fluorio, the experts in design and construct. If you can dream the shed, they can build the shed. Dream it, design it, build it with Sellicks Fluorio. From initial design through to finished construction, your project is in trusted hands with Sellicks Fluorio. Quality workmanship and experience you can trust. SellicksFluorio.com.au.
They've only kicked the one, so they would be a little bit concerned now.
And
back into the centre we go. Umpire's just waiting a little bit. He's got the ball, so now he comes in. Price, he puts it all up. Up they go. Goes out there by Butcher there that time into it. Goes out further. Goes up, goes straight around. Handball comes out quickly through Chalmers. Chalmers handball goes back. Myponga Sellicks now up the forward flank. Under too far, got too far under it, and defensive mark through there to, could be Kane Cooper for Victor. He goes in, finds his player quickly there in Matthew Wees. Wees goes over, not a real good kick, goes up, comes straight out into the hands there of Kempster for Myponga. He goes off, finds his player beautifully there in Trevina. Trevina goes off, goes up forward, and Spinks gets it in one too high over the shoulder, and has to go back over to Victor Harbor in Dylan Kleinig. Kleinig with the ball, drives the ball forward now, goes up and down, goes off, and he finds the Zach Dowling. Zach Dowling now, he goes forward, short kicks, goes out and finds Overall. Overall, he goes short. They like this short kicking going on, don't they? Goes over and he finds his player through there in McKinnon.
Elms.
Elms, is it? There it is too, Zach Elms.
And he's going to line up to put Victor in front.
Yeah. The players Victor have all season, is Elms and McKinnon and Zach Dowling. They're just starting to get back into it now. So this is a tester. Goes in. It seems to be the scoring end that end, but I don't know why. He puts it all up. Looks like it's floating across. Gone too far off hands. We'll give it to him. So Victor Harbor go to 8 goals 5 on the FBA scoreboard to Myponga Sellicks 8-9, a 4-point ball game.
Myponga to bring this one back in. Not sure where to go. Now plays on. Gets called to play on. Basham, whoa, goes through. Steps out the way at the last second. Comes here to Whitford. Whitford goes out wide to Trevina. He's got Butcher running for him. Will Butcher get here first? Turns his body, and that's a really strong mark there to Butcher. He goes in now looking for Flintham and Kennedy. And Ben Kennedy on his back when he marked that one. And, just too strong and too smart for his opponent there. The experience that he's got really showed in that contest, and should go back now. Although we did see a miss from here not that long ago, so
that
I
was
reckon
Butcher with a reputation. This one's got a better
this one's Ben Kennedy, and he goes straight back, and Victor miss at one end. Myponga don't miss it.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 161 Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbor.
Just the early sting's gone out of the game. It's quietened down just a little bit more. There was a lot of run and go. Back it goes to the centre, up they go. Treloar tries to get up, nobody really gets it. Comes back down there. Victor Harbor gets over it. He gets wrapped up underneath there and turn around, and that's Michael Ross, and he'll give it back to the umpire. Still virtually around that centre circle. Up she goes, turns around. Treloar gets it straight onto Ross. Ross goes for Victor. Goes up full forward, comes out there, and that's a mark out there straight away into there, and that one goes over there to Jade Cooper, 25. Turn around and confirm, I'm pretty sure he stood in front of there. The Myponga player came out to make sure he would earn it, and it is Jade Cooper. He's kicked one in the second. Direct in front, so he could get the quick answer here to Myponga Sellicks goal last one. If he does, it will be good. It'll tighten this game up once again. In he comes, spinning the ball around a lot. Comes out, drives over, drops the ball up. Looks pretty good. Umpire moves a bit, but it's no problems. Comes back into there, so there it goes. Victor Harbor fights.
Do you want instant cash? Drop off your deposit bottles and cans and scrap metal today at South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots in Victor Harbor, Goolwa and Yankalilla. South Coast Recycling and Scrap Metals depots offer undercover drop-off facilities, and the Goolwa depot is open 7 days a week. To see opening times, the latest prices and the items that can be dropped off for recycling, visit southcoastrecycle.com.au.
Well, a game like this that's been played at the intensity and the pace of this game, it'll be the last man standing, I think, at this stage. Anyway, the ball back in the middle, and Treloar gets a tap down there. McKinnon, he gets a handball to Yeomans. Yeomans' kick is smothered. Comes back here to Cooper. Cooper goes around on the left boot. Finds Ross. Ross, Victor's best player at this stage of the game, goes to Bartram. Bartram goes looking for Basham. He's got two on him now. Ball gets tapped across by Stock. Goes to Wheeze. He picks it up. Bounces off one. Can't bounce off the second one. And gets it. Did get a handball out. And Yeomans picks that one up. Going down there for Myponga, and they can't take a mark. Hedgeable, I think it was, for Myponga, couldn't take a mark down there, and the ball gets tapped over the boundary line and out of bounds. Played it well then not to have him by the jumper and sling him into the ground there, but anyway, ball's tapped in now, comes to Cooper for Victor. He overruns it, comes to Whitford from Myponga, and then picked up by Treloar. Treloar goes over to Kleining. Kleining's kick is smothered, partially smothered, but still gets it out to Bartram. Bartram will go around on the left boot, comes in, a bit of a grubber, Overall picks it up well. Ross breaks one tackle, gets caught in another, handballs that one out, comes to Whitford and just gets the kick out in time. Lang hits his hands again, didn't take the mark, but bounces up, gets the ball, comes across to Proud. Proud will play on, he'll go deep looking for Butcher or Kennedy. Kennedy throws his man out of the
kick.
And no,
surely not.
Butcher's taken a mark, and the Victor crowd go wild, but Butcher takes a mark, plays on, and snaps a goal, and well, that could have quite easy.
With over 180 years of farming family know-how behind us, ProStock Livestock will help you with all your livestock needs. ProStock will get you the best price for your livestock when buying or selling, and will even help you muster and transport them. Wherever you are across the Fleurieu Peninsula or anywhere in South Australia, we'll offer you the highest quality, professional yet personal service. So give ProStock Livestock a call to discuss your needs today. Visit us online at prostock.com.au.
Early wobbles then, didn't he?
He didn't have time to go
only
back.
5 metres out, but he played on and kicked around a bit.
He's better when he doesn't have time to think about it.
He didn't want to have a straight kick because he can't. But yeah, so he was making sure he was close enough to have a snap at it and not get nervous in front of it. So anyway, we're waiting for a ball here. It's gone right over into the creek at the back, so turn around, and they're waiting now for the second ball to come out, which has just come out now. So I remember years ago playing a grand final here in the Colts here, and that creek at the back flooded, and the oval here was under 2 foot of water on a Saturday morning playing a grand final. Not good. And now up they go. In the centre it is. Comes back out. Myponga. That was a throw by Proud. Got away with it. Comes back in. Victor now trying to get back into here. Still in the centre. And they turn around and it'll be a re-ball up by the central umpire. So we're getting down around now. We've got 26 minutes gone this quarter. Up they go. Can't get out. Handball comes out beautifully. Goes around a Proud. I reckon it could have been off into. Goes off. Up forward goes. Myponga now trying to search it out. Off they go. Kennedy goes around. Handballs it back. Handball goes back again. They're using the ball and the player that sets all out. He goes around. They're getting away with it here. Too much on it. They get off and it goes straight back into the player there and Kennedy. Kennedy goes off and he's turned around. There's a relieving mark through there and Dylan Kleinig. Dylan Kleinig from the back flat, right at full back here now for Victor. Turns around, says he's going to go to the far side. Leads off. Now he kicks it. Drives it right outside the 50. Up and down it goes. It's 3-on-1 out here, but goes back over. Turned around, picked it all up. Goes over. Ross picks it up for Victor. He goes off. Right up now the forward lines. Up and down they go. That's a good mark over there. That one there goes to Elms. Elms goes up. He's got in one kick. He normally kicks a few goals. So he turns around. There's nothing moving for him. Victor have gone into defensive mode and have to try to get back. So Elms makes it look like
probably got the distance in his kick.
Yeah, I think he's probably capable, but as we can see most times they try to give that extra, distance on it, and there goes the accuracy on it. So, and he comes now, so we'll soon be able to tell. He'll be kicking from outside 50. Turns around, Ross couldn't get it. There it goes, just a short kick up forward, just to the lead out there. Out come. Myponga read that beautifully, and it goes out through to Scott Ogilvie. So defensive one there. He really wasn't having a go, so he just put it up in front, but none of the Victor players could get to it. So Ogilvie goes off, comes to clubroom side, drives it out wide, right out wide. Up there, down they go there, finds his player there in Kelly. Kelly now, back flank, drives off. He comes up to the wing side. Off they go, body on body. Over it goes up there. Kleinig hits the ball out. Goes over straight to Wees. Wees handball goes off. Siren sounds. So there it is at 3/4 time here at the McLaren Oval. We have Myponga Sellicks are on 10 goals 9 to Victor Harbor on 9 goals 5. So it's certainly up. Was an even game there. Myponga finished up kicking 3 to Victor Harbor's 4. So they only made a 1-goal inroad, which keeps this game tight. So we'll have a quick break here. So this is 90.1 Happy FM, Great Southern Football on air and YouTube.
Mount Compass Quarry and Landscape Supplies have over 40 years experience in mining and blending soils and organics. We're specialists in turf soils, landscaping and organic blends. Customised washed sands for horse arenas, sports grounds and building sands. We also have a large range of decorative stones, gravels, mulches and pine barks. From car trailers to all truckloads. Wholesale Quarry Direct. Mount Compass Quarry and Landscape Supplies, 86 Sandmine Road, Mount Compass. Open Monday to Friday 7am to 4pm and Saturday 7am to 11am. Phone 8556 8421.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sale options, and they also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu. They're in your field. Beachside Bedding next to Habra Pharmacy is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, AH Beard and Adriatic Slumber. Mary and her team at Beachside Bedding also offer a beautiful range of locally made Fleurieu furniture. Beachside Bedding offers free delivery and old mattress removal, and it's open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Habra. Always competitive on price with real product knowledge. Beachside Bedding.
Wherever you are across the from McLaren Vale, we had a late start, going to have a little bit of a late finish. For the moment at 4:30, back to our commentators, Trevor Pryor and Ian Curran.
Thanks very much for that, Ian. Yeah, it certainly is. We've turned around, we've got ourselves here. We just made a comment here that we've turned around and the crowd for Myponga Sellicks was coming over, and they've only just got to the crowd now, and you can imagine by the time they have the break up and they wander back, so it will certainly be a lot later. For earlier games on this morning at the McLaren Oval, we turn around right from this morning with the junior colts. Wollonga 6-9 to Strathalbyn 7-5, so Strathalbyn were in front most of the time there, and Wollonga had a chance, so that basically was a 2-point win there, because that made Wollonga 7-3 in corrected scores to Strathalbyn 7-5, so that was certainly a good game. Senior Colts come out and Counter Bay got the jump and had control of Wollonga, and Wollonga came back, but it was a bit too late. So the Senior Colts in Counter Bay 10-12, Wollonga 6-2, so that was finished up with a 4-goal win for there. And the reserves, it was the opposite. Wollonga came out on the bite out here against McLaren districts, and certainly looked like they had it all wrapped up. McLaren's gave themselves a great chance in the third quarter to come back, and in the end Wollonga could steady, so the reserves was Wollonga 13-6 to McLaren 10-7. So as you can see, there's not a huge outburst from any club. They've certainly been in on it. And here at the moment, like I was saying, it's going on to here 10-9 to 9-5, so it's still a tight one here. Still anyone's game. They turn around and said, so I think probably out the lot of it, Myponga Sellicks appear to be just that little bit steadier, and Victor just need to sort of get on the bandwagon and cut it out from them and really get excited and take it away from Myponga Sellicks. Otherwise I think they will probably hang on. So the crowd starts to break up here. Just turned around and said, not a huge crowd, but unfortunately what happened here was the Myponga Sellicks team were up on the hill, and they've wandered out, and the players are going to be in position before this crowd even gets off the ground. So it can't be helped. The crowd wants to be involved, so well, we'll let them. So
big crowd for the day, isn't there?
Yeah, it's thinned right out. Half time when we were out there under the the club rooms, there wasn't a huge amount of people there. There's a lot more out on the hills there because they're out in the sun too, so they're in a good spot for it. This side now with the trees behind us brings a shade in, and it's sort of like it's coolish, it in the shade, but out in the sun it's beautiful. So we get up. So Victor now really need to make it. As we've looked at probably most of the scores here for all day, is that probably the scoring end realistically has been down to the right of screen or back towards Victor Harbor way, so Wollonga area that way. So you would think it would semi-favour Myponga Sellicks, but it's not impossible to go up in the top side out here.
Yeah, well, no breeze at all, is there? It's just perfect conditions for this final quarter as the umpire comes in and throws the ball up, and tap down there from Treloar. Running onto it is Proud. He's been prominent all day for Myponga in that centre square. Goes high and comes to Sampson. He's also been good for Myponga. Comes back to Whitford. Whitford goes long down there looking for Butcher. Comes out hard. And has he marked it?
No, the bloke in front.
No, the man in front, which is Sam Kennedy.
He tried to grab it.
It looked like he had it in his hands. And
probably a safer bet, this hands.
Well, going on the kick that we saw from Sam Kennedy before, he is a beautiful kick of the football. And, this would be the dream start for this last quarter for Myponga. And Kennedy goes back, comes in, and, started offline, finished online, and puts it straight through.
Beachside Bedding next to Habra Pharmacy is your local sleep specialist, featuring SA-made bedding from Sealy, AH Beard and Adriatic Slumber. Mary and her team at Beachside Bedding also offer a beautiful range of locally made Fluorio furniture. Beachside Bedding offers free delivery and old mattress removal, and is open Monday to Saturday at 295 Port Elliot Road, Habra. Always competitive on price with real product knowledge. Beachside Bedding.
quarter and steadied themselves to virtually have almost status quo. So, but that's the start that Victor did not want, and now they've got the job ahead of them to go. Back in the centre, up they go. Treloar gets it all out, comes around here to Victor, goes out off the bottom. Myponga are hunting her pack here. They go out they go, come straight across to Victor. They go off out there through Miller. Miller goes up and down, comes round to Weiss. Weiss picks it up for Victor, sidesteps, handballs back over, goes back out wide, fixes player up there in Thomas. Tom Neville, wasn't it? Goes up, goes forward, goes over the back. Myponga's getting in there, rolls out through the back pocket, runs off, goes pretty close to his distance, goes out, but he kicks back here, and Victor Harbor are wrapped up in there. They go off, goes off, oh mate, stretched out through there. Weiss gets the ball for Victor Harbor. So Matthew Weiss with the ball. He's going to kick from, well, he's probably 47. Player on the mark, I reckon, might be just on the 45. He's going to have to go, puts it all up. Scott's going to drop short though, goes up and down, goes up. Dropped the mark in the centre. Basham couldn't get through it, and Myponga Sellicks rushed it through for a minor score. FPA scoreboard, Victor Harbor go to 9 goals, 6 to Myponga Sellicks 11-9.
And Ross got his hands on that one, but just couldn't quite clunk it as Myponga bring the ball back in. And Hedger finds Ben Kennedy. Ben Kennedy will go short. It's an average kick, puts his teammate in trouble, but Trevina good enough to break the tackle. Goes long looking for Spinks, but he's outmarked by Kleine. And the player on the mark better get back there or he'll give away a 25. Anyway, comes across to Elms. Elms goes there to Much. Much goes down looking for Ross. And did he mark? Oh no, he didn't mark that one either. Got his hands again to it, almost clunked it, and the ball hits the deck, and Weiss is wrapped up, and we will have a ball up. Gone only a couple minutes in this last quarter. Myponga the only ones to hit the scoreboard yet, and anyway, he comes out here wide. That's Kennedy, goes on his left boot, out looking for Whitford and Much.
That was almost a headbang.
I think, what are we going to have here?
I think he should go.
He's
all right. The player's actually been...
Pay a free kick. We're going to have a free kick to Victor?
No, a
throw-in?
Yeah, I think he was concerned, but the players shrugged him off and said, I'm okay. The contact looked like it.
Contact, I'd like to see it again in replay. They're ones that happen pretty quickly at the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, it goes, ball tapped out there by Victor. Myponga player rushes it over the boundary line, and we will have that one thrown back into play. Yeah, those ones, they happen quickly, and sometimes if you're too close, you don't have as good a view as if you're
It was a shirt front that went on, and it just looked like at the end it was just clipped his head as he got head coming forward. So yeah, not intentional or dirty. It was just an accident one on it, and the umpires did well. So comes back quickly, goes around through there to Cox. Cox goes up in there. Myponga Sellicks with the ball. They handball over the top, comes straight over, handball back quickly over into there, which was Whitford. Whitford goes out, goes up and down, goes around into Victor Harbor. Bartram's trying to get onto it, comes over quickly to Proud. Proud goes over, round his body, turns around, he goes out in the full, so it'll be a free kick to Victor Harbor, right in the point post area and on the full. So clubroom side, back pocket, turn around. Kleine gets it, he drives the ball up and comes up the back flank. Up they down. Myponga could have grabbed for that one. He didn't. He backhanded it out, and it goes over the boundary line.
We've got a free kick to Victor.
Must have been in his backhands in the back, I think. So comes over to Ross. So Michael Ross with the ball comes up here. Clubroom side, drives
that's
it out.
A terrible
that's
kick.
Going to be out in the full. That's not like him, but yeah, just tried the distance. Screwy, didn't work, came off the boot and comes around. That's play on. He's inside the boundary line. The boundary umpire's pointing to it, and the player walks inside. Once they step over the line, well, should be called on, but the umpire was still trying to set it. So at this moment now comes to Spinks. Kane Spinks for Myponga. Puts the ball up they go, over the back, goes off Ross in front, and he takes it defensively for Victor Harbor.
Playing a good game for Victor, isn't he?
Yeah, goes off, goes out wide, goes around, goes out onto it, finds his player out there in Much, goes over, finds his player out quickly out there, and Elms tries to spin this ball back around, goes over, up and down. Oval gets it on the second grab, and he turns around there. Up on the forward flank here, goes off, kicks it in, goes out, bit high, goes over, Myponga can get to it, goes over, quickly over through there to Kempster. Kempster goes out, finds his player out in the flank, goes off up there.
Oh, there's
front on there, should be, yep. Front on contact, took the arms and the body out, and it comes over, and I reckon could be Cooper. Goes up, goes over, another one in the back. It should be a free kick to Victor. It comes back to Ross once again. So, comes back up. So Victor are going to have to do some homework, I think, when they go away next week to figure out how they can bust up these taggers. Because they're better players. Myponga's obviously earmarked, and they've kept them reasonably quiet.
Except for Ross, he's been
well,
dominant.
yeah, Ross is on the ball and gets in and out, and he's in under hard, so a bit harder to tackle. But he goes up right to full forward. Up they go up there.
Overall.
There it is, overall. That's one of his first strong marks he's taken into there, directly in front. Yeah, just haven't quite seen enough of that.
That's what you expect from him, though, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sometimes both him and Basham get involved a lot with body on it. So he goes back. Umpire doesn't have to move at all. So there it goes straight.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 161 Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbor.
And, well, it's a 9-point margin. Victor still well and truly alive in this one. And as the ball is back in the middle and showing you can score at both ends of the ground. And tap comes down there, can't find a teammate, a player. Lang leads in the chase for this one, trying to get it across to Kennedy. Tapped across from Dowling, that was. Comes across to Kennedy, though. Ben Kennedy on his right boot. And
that was late.
Player run through him and just gave him a... puts his anytime you see a player put their arms up and say, I didn't touch him, you generally know there's a free kick somewhere.
I'm laughing at Butcher. Butcher was there as the main man. He's turned around, he's pointed at his teammate and said, no, you take it. And he walked straight out of the area.
He's gone. He got out of there quickly.
He didn't want it. He did not want it.
This is Justin Whitford. Is the player going to line up, take the free kick? He's quite happy to do it. And we're right behind this one, and this will just he's come in.
Butcher,
maybe he should have given
Butcher
it to,
too.
He should have given it to Johnny Butcher.
Yeah, but, well, blame him for that. He put too much pressure on his teammate. He's a coward. Bark, 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 bark. They're not the mudlarks. They're the chicken larks. Yeah, no, it's
he thought he was doing the right thing.
Yeah, unfortunately. So Victor Harbor now quickly go off into attack here. Now they go. Goes up onto there. They now get the second kick. Goes up. Goes over there. This will have to be staying in. Looks like it is. All over. Ran it there was unusual for the Victor player. Comes back now. Myponga Sellicks with the run. Handball goes over too far. Can't get it through there, which was recent. Which he turns round, but Victor repel it once again. Up they go. Up and down it goes over. I reckon that's the big
Hedger,
the big boy.
Been solid back there, hasn't he? He's always solid.
Yeah, he's moved up the ground a bit. He's normally on the full back, but he's moved up the ground, so he goes on. Body goes up, goes out onto it. Quickly picked around by Overall. Overall goes out, finds his player out there, quickly out into there, and he goes on with a handball in Cooper. Cooper comes out, finds his player going on quickly. Now he drives just a shove into it, goes off in there. Basham comes out, tries to take out a few, turns around, Myponga gets all up, Ross is in underneath again, once again, which you expect onto it, and the umpire comes in for a ball up at full forward for Victor Harbor.
Yeah, when Bash comes out, they get out of his way, don't they?
Yeah.
I think I would too.
Yep, I don't blame him. You know, goes up, so up it goes, smashed out, comes around, straight over there to Ross again. He can't get away with it. The tackle's too good, and the umpire will have to repeat it once again. So up she goes, closer to full forward there at the moment. Out they go, comes out quickly out through there. Myponga can't get the handball away. Comes out quickly, goes over, turns around. Myponga are now being very defensive into there, and they're turning around and trying to hold it up and go in onto it. So still in that forward pocket there now. They've moved it out a bit of the danger zone. There goes the handball, goes up. Basham gets it, takes it out of ruck, kicks it over his head, up and down it goes. Myponga comes through in it, they smash it, comes off hands and finishes up out of bounds on the spoil, and it'll be a boundary throw in right next to the point post with Victor Harbour's scoring in. Got ourselves, what are we, they're 12 minutes in, so still plenty of time. Up it goes, nice throw in, right out it goes, up they go, Stope over the back, can't get to it, comes straight out, goes into the hands there of Victor. Victor gets it back out, he gets it around to the player out there, and right on the defensive line is
Hedger again.
He goes out, finds his player out there in
Kennedy
goes out, handball comes out now, goes over, but intercepted by Wheeze for Victor. Puts it back in, goes out the wing, finds out Ian Yeomans gets the ball. Oh, that's a shocker. Comes back down, makes his player work hard. Handball goes over. Then the front on one goes onto it. Straight over, fends off quickly out through there. Goes straight back in. Over there, down tall.
Hedger again.
Right on the goal line, gets it and comes out. Bang, that's a free kick. Yeomans, too late.
That was a big bump for Trevina to the player that was wide open, wasn't it?
Yep, comes over here and goes into... It's not Bradley Carr, so it must be Kelly, I reckon. Ryan Kelly for Myponga Sellicks. Goes up and down, can't get to it. Wheeze tries to get onto it for Victor, comes out wide, goes over in the back, and Wheeze will get a free kick. Has to give it back, and he does. He's on the wing, clubroom side. Goes off now, drives it up to full forward, goes over. Overall, uses the hands to hold him back, pushed him out of it, had the hands extended.
Well, he was,
and he turns around, he reads it well because of the experience he's got.
I reckon he was about 8 inches taller and about 30 kilos heavier than his opponent then, so just had to hold him off and able to take an easy mark. And well, goes back now, and well, this could be he's aiming for his second for the quarter, so you would expect that he should go pretty close here.
Umpire's moving. Straight off the chest of Barry Clark, so it's a bad miss. It's you sort of hope that he could get him. So they now go to 10 goals, 7 on the FBA scoreboard, 11-10 to Myponga Sellicks.
And Hedger will bring it back in here for Myponga. Lucky that we're playing great game in this last quarter, and it goes long looking for Clark, but overall over the top, almost could have been paid the mark, but not quite in the end. He's asking the umpire, why didn't I get that one? But 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, but the answer by the umpires, I've got the whistle.
That's and overall, there's a big tackle, and he's going to pay a dangerous tackle, and Sammy overall not happy with that one, but probably right. And player Cock goes across to Kelly. Kelly go out wide to Trevina. He's pursued by Cooper. Tackled and slung around, but kept his feet. Comes back to him now. He'll go long down the line looking for Spinks, but Spinks he will be outmarked there by Kleinig. And Kleinig will go back now. Overall, I don't think he can get it to him, but he's on his own. Comes out wide looking for Cooper, but he's 3 on 1, and Ogilvy comes across, takes an easy mark.
Free kick.
Umpires paid a shepherd there, said that even though there was 3 on 1, one of those players held the Victor player out, and Cooper, he'll go long looking for Basham. Basham crashed the pack from behind. And there's a tackle from Victor player, and that was McKinnon, and umpire happy with that one, and he'll come in and ball it up in the sunshine. Butcher gets a tap over the top, and running onto it was Proud, and he could only run onto it. He was pursued over the boundary line, and we will have a ball in. We've gone almost 18 minutes now in this last quarter, and Victor still trailing by two kicks. Comes to Cock, he goes out wide, but Victor player there on his own, and that player is Brooke. Brooke goes across to Wheeze. Wheeze gets around Flintham, comes in, but Myponga player on his own there, and that is Kempster. Kempster plays on now, goes out wide looking for Butcher. Butcher pursued by Cooper, manages to spoil the mark, comes across here to Bartram. Bartram will go in the middle to Brooke. Brooke will go down looking for, and not finding Overall. Overall again wanting a free kick, but not forthcoming. Picked up by Sampson. Sampson has a bounce. That's whoa. Then he's pursued by Yeomans, who eventually gets him to ground. But the ball will come back, and Hedger, who's been a stonewall there for Myponga in this last quarter, and he has taken another mark, so he'll go short here. Not a good kick. Teammate there, I'm not sure what happened, holding his head, but didn't look to be too much contact, and comes across here, and body's going down everywhere, right, left and centre. Lang has that. McKinnon gets him down, comes across to Wheeze and Trevina. Player didn't have the ball there, and Victor player here in Weiss. They're going down like 9 pins at the moment, aren't they? This is
getting a bit willing now.
It certainly is getting a bit willing, and well, a lot on the line here. Second semi-final berth next week, as goes across looking for Bartram. He's well spoiled. Comes here to Victor Handball over the top. Yeomans chases the ball. He can't get it. He chases Kennedy. Picked up there by Myponga player. He hits the deck. Comes across there, and that is a good tackle there against Neville, and Myponga will come up with a defending free kick here to Ben Kennedy. And well, Kennedy certainly one of Myponga's best, along with Proud, and Spinks up forward early, and and Hedger probably in this last quarter. But we've got a blood roll here, so this will extend the quarter out a little bit, and looks like, is that Proud coming off
looks like
for the blood roll? I'm not sure. We're looking at our screen here, Trev. Can't see where he's bleeding from, but he'll have to get that patched up, and he'll want to get back out there as quickly as he can. And Elliot Chalmers coming back onto the ground
up around the ear, I'd say. He's sort of wiping his hand up around the left
He's one
ear.
of those players that puts his head over the ball, gets around the packs, and does a lot of the grunt work for Myponga.
Time back on now, so it's out that far flank. Goes off back for the lines for the Myponga, but forward for my Victor, and it goes over the boundary line, touched. It'll be a throw in virtually on the wing, slightly favouring Victor's side, but almost true centre. So boundary umpires have done well today. Goes out, all of them. Up they go, up and down it goes. Tried to smash it out through there. Myponga Sellicks get it. They go forward. Have they moved too many fence up in defence? Bartram gets it, drops it, turns around, goes up, picks it all up, comes out straight away to the male medalist. He can't get caught onto it. Finally getting into the game, but is it too late? Over the top it goes, away from Basham. Goes over to Elms. Elms goes up and down they go. Out the wide, goes over there, picks it up there, goes over to there.
That's
and I
Cooper.
reckon that was Cooper, yeah. Number 25.
Jade Cooper.
Don't be the next victim of a home invasion.
Pull over. Let's rob this joint.
Great Southern Security will install a home security system with monitored alarm to protect your home or business. They also provide CCTV, mobile patrols, cash transit, event security, and a text and tag service.
Looks like this place has got its own secretary.
What do you mean, secretary?
That sign.
You idiot, that's security. This place has got an alarm.
Visit greatsouthern.security.com.au.
Some legs here.
3 point margin with what, 6-7 minutes left to go still.
Yeah, you see when they defensive, there's just that little bit of panic coming in. It's going to be worse still now with only 3 points. Back up in the centre it goes. Out it comes. Turned around, picked up there. Yeoman gets out to it. He can't get away with it. Myponga wrap it all up for another centre throw up. Stands away. Up she goes. Ruckman goes up Overall gets it all out, comes out wide, comes around, turns around, picks up quickly out through there, and McKinnon, he's starting to get a few ticks started. Comes off to Ogilvy. Ogilvy goes, stocks, throws it all out, goes over. Left foot kick, right hook a banana over there, and if that was lucky, goes off and he finds his player. Still on the back flank though.
Chalmers.
And he turns around. He's looking around in the sun. All they need to do is control it. Do what they did in the first 3 quarters. Spot their players up. Don't just bomb it into there. Goes up and down, and that one's there around there, easily through to there in Rice Mooch. Goes over. Oh. Bang! Spoil comes late, right on the chest. He goes over.
And a 25 he's paid a mark and 25 metre penalty. Said that he'd marked it, and that hit was late. Which
Reece Kleinig with the ball.
Bit careless.
It was. He certainly had it on his chest when he piled into him. So he goes up they forward. Oh,
Clarkey.
Lucky there. Clarkey grabs it from the defensive for Myponga. And he turned around right at the full forward position. The kick was just a little bit too high for his leading forwards. Now he gets called to play on. Goes out wide and he finds his player out here in
Kempster.
Goes off. Inside, turn around. And goes up and he spots up. That's all they got to do now is control the ball. Hit the targets. Don't panic like they did that last couple of seconds. So he goes over. Finds his player quickly out there in Sam Kennedy. Sam Kennedy with the ball. They're steadying it down. Finding out they've waited for that one and they're the ones that you can get yourself into trouble. No, spoil was good. Turn around going on. That's the trouble. Hold on to it, but you've got to get the ball there quick and you must hit them. So, right in the back flank there, outside the 50-metre arc, goes off. Ball goes up, Ruckman goes up, out they come. Goes out through there by Whitford. Whitford goes off inside and he finds his player there in
Lang.
Lang, Dylan Lang. Up and down it goes, comes back out. It's free kick there to Victor Harbor. And goes back out here to
Kleinig.
Dylan Kleinig. He's been playing well too, so goes up, out comes Overall, can't get to it, turns round, falls down on that forward flank, and turns round for a ball up once again. So we've got ourselves now 23 minutes gone, so we're virtually into time on now. Up she goes, out the backhander comes out, comes around, goes around. Myponga Sellicks need to get it, handball over. Has it gone too far? The forward is up there. Victor's have got their line set up there. He kicks it away. Can't get away with it real good. Myponga with the line up here. Now got a bit of pace going on here. Turns around, goes up, beautifully sidestepped around. Goes all off. Hands are up there. Up on the forward flanks on beautiful mark there by Victor Harbor in defence and Kleinig. Got in under speaks then. He turned around. Goes up the clubroom side. Goes over. Up over there. Whitford comes in from Myponga and takes it. On the wing, clubroom side, he just drives this ball back up. Out they come. Out comes Betcher. He can't get to it. Miles too late behind. A Butcher out there. Miles too late behind it. And it turns around. It's a good relieving mark there. And I reckon that's Cooper for Victor Harbor. Still on that back flank, clubroom side. Puts this ball up, back into the wing. Up they go. Spoil comes out the back. Over it comes. Comes around the player there. That's high. Goes up there. And the umpire comes in. It'll be on the true wing for the boundaries, for a centre bounce on the interchange here. Up he goes. Ruckman push each other out. Out it goes. Turns around. Quickly picked up by Myponga Sellicks. Goes into attack. There goes the body work. Pushed him all out. Turned around. He's paid it away though. Given it away. He's given it through there to Victor Harbor there. And that one there is Mitchell Brook. Brook not quite sure which way to go. If he comes this side, everybody's back here. So Victor couldn't make it open. Up they go. Turn around. Trevina goes into it. He gets into it. Trevina again. Turns around. Kate gets up. And the umpire rolls up in onto there. We've got ourselves 25 minutes gone here. And it's still onto there with the FBA scoreboard. 11-10 Myponga Sellicks. 11-7 Victor Harbor.
Yeoman's wrapped up in the tackle there. And well, only be a couple of minutes left in this one now, and we're still within a kick, so 3-point lead to the Myponga Sellicks side. As Trelaw gets the handball, gets the tap down, goes to to Miller. Miller gets all the bounce, unlucky there for Elms, but Spinks now with opposed to Stock. Good tackle from Stock, comes across to Ogilvy. He goes backwards to Clark. Clark tries to kick it as long as he can. Outnumbered here was Kelly for Myponga, but he grabs the ball. He's well tackled, and the umpire says that he was hanging on to him, and they don't want to let him up with the ball here, and Kelly will pick this one up and take a free kick from Myponga, and gets called now to play on by the umpire. Goes up looking for Whitford, but a player from Victor gets his hands on the ball, can't take a mark, comes across to Yeomans. He can't get a handle on it. Well, tackles Proud with the ball, and umpire will come in and we will have a ball up. Now getting desperate in now for Victor. Myponga just
26 points.
Myponga just needing to hang on to this one and lock the ball up here in their forward line, and well, Victor can't score when it's down the other end. So
it's only been 3 goals too, so
it's not going to have much time on. So we've gone 26. We're moving into 27 minutes. 5 minutes of time on. Myponga holding up the 1 minute sign. There goes the siren, and Myponga will go through to the second semi-final for a chance to go straight into the grand final next Saturday at the Encounter Bay Oval against the the reigning premiers, the McLaren Football Club. So, running out 3-point winners here, and better players today for Myponga. Ben Kennedy and Proud in the middle were both good. Hedger down back was good for Myponga, and as was Spinks up forward for Myponga with his 4 goals. For Victor Harbor, Ross battled manfully in the middle the whole game. Elms was busy across half forward, and Basham was busy early with his 4 goals, Trev, and you've got the other goal scorers there.
Certainly have goal scorers for the winning team at Myponga Sellicks. We have Jake Spinks with 4, Sam Kennedy with 2, John Butcher with 2, and then we have singles to Harrison Cock, Justin Whitford and Ben Kennedy. And for Victor Harbor, served well here by Sam Basham with 4, Jade Cooper with 3, and singles to James Mulhern, Jackson Elms, Sam Overall and Michael Ross. So previous scores for the roundup today, folks, in the very early start was the winners here in the junior colts was Strathalbyn over Wollonga 7-5 to 6-9. Senior Colts Encounter Bay 10-12 to Wollonga 6-2. The reserves was Wollonga 13-6 to McLaren 10-7. And of course in the A-grade match here for the centenary season for the GSFL is Myponga Sellicks 11-10, held out Victor Harbor 11-10 to go forward now to next Saturday. So we will catch you tomorrow over at the Myponga Oval for the elimination finals there. So with that, thank you very much, Ian.
Yeah, just before we go, Trev, Father's Day tomorrow. Happy Father's Day to my father sitting behind me and all the others out there.
He wants you to do the same thing tomorrow. He said it's no good having Father's Day today and sitting there.
Unfortunately, I won't be there tomorrow.
What sort of a son are you?
I know, my stepdaughter's playing in an under-17 grand final in the Adelaide Footy League at West Adelaide Oval at 1:45 tomorrow afternoon.
It's Father's Day, not Mother's Day. Oh, folks, if you hear that, some children are just not very nice children. So, yeah. So may I remind everyone that, as you said, it is Happy Father's Day out there. And no, we are not going to have the day off like the women's football did when they had Mother's Day. They put the round off, so for them to do, the poor old fathers have to get out and entertain everybody. So we wish them all well. So thanks to everybody anyway. We'll wrap up. We've got another big day tomorrow. So this is 90.1 Happy FM, Great Southern Footy on Match of the Round on YouTube and radio.
This has been a presentation from Victor Harbour's 90.1 Happy FM.